we go. I'm going to go ahead and send out the Discord message because I need that as something I need to do. Because I'm realizing I forgot to do it last stream, which is a whoopsie on my end. All right, shield mode deactivated. That's good. I also am going to send out a tweet this time, which I will probably pin in chat at some point. But yeah, that's sent. Okay, we're cooking. I'm gonna leave ads alone again. I mean, I guess I could try it, right? As soon as it gives me the option, I'll try to run the ad ahead of time. And if it does back-to-back 3-minute ad breaks, I don't even know. Still doesn't. Noah, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming by. So, hey, Hawkeye, thanks for redeeming second. I'll go ahead and get my daily partner Pokemon because I always forget, so might as well do it early. Got Dusknoir. Okay, I'll take it. I mean, it fits the theme. We're doing the ghost hunt today, so. Noah got the clay doll. That's fun. Hawkeye, hello. It's good to see you. Ooh, I love Gramble. Gramble is one of the most underrated fairy types, underrated Pokemon, honestly. Like, it's not because it's particularly good, but I quite like it. I think it's a nice little bulldog design. Gonna try and keep. Oh, I'll go ahead and run the ad. Said I was gonna see if that worked properly today. Well, it is to me, my opinion. It's not underrated. Is not something that can be a fact. That's just I personally feel that it is underrated. I quite like it. All right. So obviously today, hi Mir, welcome in. I miss your stream so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm still slightly sick. You know what? It's not even fair to say sick. I'm not really sick anymore. I just have a bit of a cough. I'm gonna do my best to mute the mic whenever I have to cough, but I don't know if I'll be able to. But I'll do my best. As you can see from, actually, I was gonna say as you can see from the title, but I don't actually think I named them in the titles. Nope, I just said Glimwood Tangle. Best snack for real. Oh, Cosmic Brownies. That's a good one. That was on my mind because I was working this morning. I worked till 1. Gave myself a good amount of time to get home, unwind, and just relax for a bit. I've been here in a hot minute lurking because internet is ass right now. Well, Maddie, thank you so much for stopping by, and I'm sorry your internet is ass, but I really appreciate you popping in and lurking. It means a lot. But yeah, so when I got home, the first thing I do more often than not is find my go-to snack. But like it's not always I say go-to snack, but that's the wrong thing to say because I don't eat the same thing every time. Today I have a full-on lunch. I came home, I tried to text my mom ahead of time, but she didn't see the text to preheat the oven because I wanted a frozen pizza, and I had that frozen pizza. Half of it. But I don't know if you guys have Jack's frozen pizza. I thought it was like the most common brand of frozen pizza, and it is where I am. But as I've talked about it to more and more of my friends, it feels like no one else knows what Jack's Pizza is. But it's fire. Like, it's not like super high quality in terms of like actual like quality checking the food, but it's delicious. And it is the perfect, like quick and easy lunch or dinner. Try to support when I can. I haven't been active anywhere really. Hey, that's not a problem, Maddie. I've gone through a lot of stretches of not being very active. Obviously, I appreciate when you're around to support, but I also completely understand that you have a life, as most of us tend to. End it one of Freen every 2 seconds in an ad. I am trying my best to decipher that. I haven't had Jax in ages, but you do know what it is. Okay, interesting. I haven't met many other people that I don't know in person, therefore I know live near me, that know what Jax is. So that's interesting. You have a YouTube channel? Tricky question. Because technically, yes. Because I do have one. They wanted to freeze. Okay, that was my guess. That was my guess. Don't apologize. Your internet's bad. Number of things. Don't apologize. I do have a channel, but I haven't posted on it yet. It was in my plan to start posting on it. Like when I was like after my subathon, I had like many ideas I wanted to post to YouTube, and then I didn't because I went on my impromptu hiatus. So here we are. I still have my VODs channel that I actually haven't uploaded to these past 2 VODs. The first one just because I forgot. The second one because it broke up in the middle. OBS disconnected, and then it was 2, and I just was like, I'm good. I'll be first sub. Well, I think a couple people already beat you to it, but if you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome. Is it linked in my about section? I actually don't know. I don't think I linked it. But yeah. Anyway, so there's the VODs channel, and eventually there'll be my personal channel. Do I know what kind of stuff is gonna be posted on it? No. I mean Pokemon stuff, obviously. That's my whole thing. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if it'll be a place where I post like streams edited down into a YouTube style, or if it'll be purely like, why am I struggling to find the word? Purely pre-recorded content. Like when I sit down and I'm like, I'm going to record this now for a YouTube video specifically. I don't know which one will prevail based on the fact that I don't have a lot of free time on my hands. Probably going to end up being more of the edited down VODs into a YouTube style. But again, this is still future talk, right? Like I can't make any promises. But yeah, background looks different from when I was here last. Did you graduate college? I am no longer in college. I didn't drop out. Sorry, I'm enrolled in college. But I'm now taking online classes from home to finish up. But I'm no longer physically at college. I am home. I'm going to go ahead and unpin this message. Yes, thank you. And instead, I'm going to ask if y'all would kindly, if I can type it out, I'm going to pin my go live tweet. If y'all could like it or retweet it, I'm really trying to put effort into my growth, so it takes a couple seconds, free and easy way to support the stream. I appreciate it. Let me download X real quick. Hey, if you don't want to re-download it, you don't have to. Like it's not really that, it's not that big of a deal. I want to put it up there in case people feel like retweeting it. It always means a lot. YouTube is so ugh right now because you need time to dedicate to it. It's real, very real. I am in a bit of a weird situation because I'm still finishing up school, but I still have to pay for a few more classes, but there's not that many classes. It's only like 3 more, which isn't cheap to be clear, but it's only 3 more. And then I'm done with that. Then I have a part-time job, not full-time. And then I am also editing for some of my friends. every now and again. And obviously my commissions are also open. I need to link that in my about. I need to start linking that. Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. That was the wrong sentence. I need to do that. Let me remind myself. Remind, link, editing, commission. It would help if I spelled commissions correctly. I don't want to divert the conversation if it's not cool. Is it possible to vent about a webinar at work on autism, a self-diagnosed? I mean, you can talk about anything that's going on in your life, to be clear, as long as it follows TOS. And just kind of use your best judgment. You know, if it feels like it's not something to share publicly, then don't share it. But if you feel comfortable sharing it and you feel it's appropriate, absolutely go for it. Elena, hello. How was the rest of your stream? I don't know how much longer you went after I went live, but I hope it went well. I'm sorry I couldn't be there for most of it. Work got in the way. But Elena got a Scraggy, not bad. Rolled for a shiny, did not get it. Used metronome and used defend order. How fun is that? I feel like in the past 3 streams, you've gotten attack order and defend order. I want to know what the odds of that are. Hawkeye rolled for a shiny, did not get it this time. Remember, I almost got the number once? I do. A lot of people have been getting close recently. It's a little weird. Elena, thank you for the lurk. I really appreciate you. I am in such a similar situation minus school. That makes sense, yeah. I saw you post your makeup look in the Discord the other day. That was really cool. Yeah, managing time is so tricky. You know, as we're talking about this, I am going to go ahead and move us over and start the hunt, because these streams are basically just chatting anyway. So might as well like hunt as well while we're chatting. And the counter works. Lovely. Okay. I think the most frustrating thing was the person said autism spectrum, but then only had 3 buckets autistic people could be grouped in. Okay, that is, I would be a little annoyed by that if they're emphasizing the spectrum and then say, actually, there's 3 groups, because then that's not a spectrum then. Finally finished Elden Ring. Let's go, Lost Tree. That's exciting. Oh, I was mashing 8. I've been doing soft resets for Palkia. Oh, is this gonna kill me? I've been doing soft resets for Palkia, and that involves mashing A. So I assure you that will not be the last time I accidentally use growth in front of an encounter. Let's go ahead and just heal up. But yeah, Elena, welcome in. Congrats on the core fish. Didn't get the shiny, but you got like 500 away. That ain't bad at all. Hey, Red, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. How you doing? I'm trying to be more active in even Discord, because I know that helps the Discord too, but also just be active places. I kind of went ghost. Maddie, well, I know you aren't apologizing, and you don't need to be apologizing for anyone in, like, everyone goes ghost a little bit, pulls a Danny Phantom and goes ghost, you know? Hell, I did that. That's pretty much what I did for the past 3 months on accident. Like, yeah, eventually I started becoming active again in other communities, but then I was still ghosting my own community. So I definitely understand just going ghost for a second. Obviously, if you do choose to be active in my community, I greatly appreciate it, sincerely. I love talking with you and I love seeing you around. But if you gotta just kind of lurk around in a stream, or, you know, just send a message every now and again, if at all, in the Discord, and you just want to lurk, that's completely fine and very appreciated on my end, to be clear. Especially lurking in the stream, it means a lot to me. I'm good, thanks. What about you? I'm doing pretty well. I'm still trying to shake this cough, which is annoying, but outside of that, I'm doing pretty well. Work was all right today. I do have a little bit of a small story about work today. I remember last stream I was talking about how I wanted more work stories. And I was not getting them. I kind of got something today, but we'll touch on it later. Very Twitter follow. Hey, thank you for the follow on Twitter, Hawkeye. I appreciate it. And all three buckets said medium to high amount of support. Like, it is not acceptable to be autistic with those support needs. It just made me sad. No, I can definitely understand that being upsetting. So I am also at the moment self-diagnosed autistic, but I haven't yet sought out a professional diagnosis. But I plan to very soon. My main doctor has told me that he recommends me seeking out an official diagnosis because when he watches me, like observes me, he thinks there's a very high chance, but he is not licensed to diagnose. So I'm going to seek out an official diagnosis and see what happens. Regardless, not the point. I would classify myself, if I do end up having officially diagnosed autism, I would say I'm low support. Like very low support. I can function on my own. I don't need people to help me through life. Like, I struggle with communication sometimes, but I'm a perfectly capable person. So I would definitely also be frustrated if someone was trying to broadly talk about autism and then said that A, there were only 3 groups on that spectrum, and then B, all of the groups need medium to high support. I agree that that's not very inclusive. I've been told there's a high chance I have autism. Well, I would recommend seeking out a diagnosis. Like, self-diagnosis is valid, to be clear. But mostly because not everyone has access to an official diagnosis, because it's money and time that not everyone has. But my recommendation would be that. Gotta give that view. Hey, I appreciate that, Maddie. Seriously, and this is to everyone. Like, even like if chat is dead, I will find a way to yap. I promise. Obviously, I love when chat's active. I love when y'all are active because then I get to bounce off you guys and it makes yapping a little easier. But I also completely get it. I am a chronic lurker. Like, most of my best friends on Twitch, like Elena Monster, Chaos, I have Brewster. Like, there are most streams, I would say, I pop in, I chat for a little bit, and then I lurk. Because I either have something going on, or it's late and I'm tired, or I just don't feel like chatting right then. But I also have streams where I'm chatting the whole time. It's just not as constant. It's not as constant's not the right word. It's not as frequent. That's the word. I am much more frequently a lurker as opposed to a active chatter. All that to say, if you come to my streams and you just lurk, that is completely fine. I absolutely appreciate the view. It means the world to me. Hey, Lindsay, welcome in. Congrats on your Berserker. Not bad at all. I actually really like Berserker, despite really not liking Galarian Meowth. But I hope you're doing absolutely fantastically, Lindsay. How are you? I'm sorry I couldn't be as active in your stream last night. I popped in for like a moment while I was at work without audio. And then when I got home, you were no longer live. So I apologize for that. But I hope your stream last night went incredible. I got my girlfriend in Pokemon Go. She has a Squirtle. Ooh, your girlfriend has good taste in Kanto starters. My favorite is Bulbasaur, but Squirtle ain't bad. I really like Squirtle. And I don't know if anyone would be like running to defend Charmander. I don't dislike Charmander at all. And it's not even that I feel he's overrated, even though I do. It's more that he's not to my personal taste. Lurkers are just as slay as chatters. Retweet. Love that. I enjoy playing Pogo sometimes. I actually recently got back into it. When I went to TwitchCon, that was what got me back into Pokemon Go. And I took like 4 to 5 years off from playing the game at all, from even opening the game. So I have a lot of research to get caught up on, but I'm slowly chipping it down. I haven't gotten a ton of shinies outside of the guaranteed ones from the research though. which is slightly annoying, but what can you do? But I've gotten a few. I got a shiny Morlul and a shiny Grimer. That's what it was. Both in the same day, like a couple hours apart from each other. It's pretty cool. It's all good. I appreciate you popping in regardless. I hope work went well. Work went. We'll say that. We'll say work went. That'll be my stance. But yeah, when I'm not at work, I will always try to lurk in your stream, like have your tab open at all times. It's just harder when it's on my phone and at work. You get it. I know you get it. Hey, Chris, thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate you. Enjoy that Jellicent. Not bad. I feel like I say not bad as a reaction to partner Pokemon a lot, but there's not a lot of partner Pokemon that I don't like. Jellicent is really cool. I got back into it when I was in uni. There was so much today, but there's not much in my hometown, so I stopped. Yeah, no, I suffer a similar fate, but almost... Wait, no, is it the same? No, wait, yeah, it actually is the same situation. When I was at school, and ironically enough, at school and not playing, I was in a great spot for Pokemon Go. And now that I'm home and into it, I'm playing and there's nothing around. There are no Pokestops near my house. Uh-oh, what happened at work? No, nothing bad. Like, it wasn't like there was something bad that specifically happened at work. It was just it was just work, you know? Like, it wasn't fun for me. I work a front desk job. Like, it's not like I'm working my dream job over here. It's a part-time job at a front desk, so I'm just working it to get the money. I love Jellicent. Chris, you and I. Yeah. What is up, gamers? Hey, what is up, you one? Thanks so much for popping in. How are you doing this fine evening for you? Yes. How are you doing this fine evening? I appreciate you coming by and saying hi. So much there, not today. Yeah, I even though I read today, I assumed you meant there, based on the context. Internet work. Fully blame my sister for this because of our fight last night. Wait, your sister can impact how well your internet works? That seems not great. If I got into a fight with my sister and then she could then impact how my internet works, I would probably just develop into a very passive person and just never do anything. Brain is not working today. Felt that. My favorite thing to say is it's a Monday. It's a Monday. You still work with the puppers? I do not. So I loved working with the dogs. Seeing dogs every day was so much fun. However, the people, specifically the management, not so much. Not so much good. So I left, and now I'm working at a fitness center. There's another patch of grass I want to run around in. It's bigger, and ooh, there's an item back here I didn't grab. Oh, is this the patch of grass I was looking for? It is. Okay. Yeah, this is the patch of grass I was looking for. It's bigger, so we'll get more. It should get more encounters. Same people always say I can just walk around, but I don't think my hometown is very pedestrian friendly. Like, we have sidewalks, but they're not maintained well. See, okay, so that's where we differ a little bit. My neighborhood is my town in general is pretty friendly to pedestrians. We have plenty of pretty well kept sidewalks, and overall, it's just I can go on a walk to like the local library, and it would be fine. But for some reason, there are no Pokestops until I've walked for like 20 to 30 minutes. There's lots of Pokemon in my college, but like barely any at my house. Yeah, that's exactly the situation I'm in, Red. No, that's Lost Tree. That's Lost Tree. Your name is the color red, which is the same as Red, who comes in here. So no, Lost Tree. Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. It takes forever to get Pokemon to spawn in my house. Wait, is there less grass here than I thought? No, there's just as much. I'm going to suffer tomorrow because I have to catch a train at 7:20. Oh my god. Like, I like getting up early after I get up early. So, like, any time of the day other than, like, when I'm waking up, I'll tell you, I very much prefer getting up early. But I don't enjoy it when I'm waking up early. When I set my alarm for 6, and I know the rest of my day is going to be better because of it, like, I know it's going to be great, but when I'm waking up at 6, I am so mad at the world and at past me for saying I would do this. Let's play Squirtle. I did take that off the redeems, just because, like, I didn't want to interrupt the flow of stream. It might come back. It might come back. I don't know if it will. We'll have to see. But for my return back to everything, but for my return back and getting back into streaming and reacquainting myself with the space, I wanted to keep things as simple as I possibly could. I hold control over my family's internet, and I could block certain devices, but I could never be petty enough to cut their access. You and me are not the same. But honestly, I'm mostly kidding. I don't have the control over it, and I don't think I would ever actually be petty enough to remove access even if I did. But it's good. It's very honorable of you to also, like, not actually be that petty. Just threaten to and then never actually do it. That actually was going to be my next suggestion. You hold a lot of power. Like, sometimes having power is the power. Like, you don't have to use your power to exercise the power. So having that power gives you a different kind of power. At least that's how I see it. I want to play Squirtle. I mean, you can always open it up on your own and play while you watch the stream. I'm not going to be playing it, at least not on stream today. The worst part is I literally have one thing at 9 and then nothing else all day, so I'm just going there and then, well, now what? That's okay. That is the worst kind of early wake-up call, in my opinion. If I'm waking up early because I have lots of things to do that day, that's one thing. But if I'm waking up early because I have one thing to do at 7 a.m. and then the rest of my day is open, I'm gonna be a little annoyed. Like, really? I'm getting up early for one reason? That's almost worse than no reason. I can only control it because our internet provider sent out a tech once to help with our internet issues, and they told me the routers they provide are bad, and said to buy my own to ensure I get the most bang for my buck. That's good advice. Your internet provider was very nice to you, and, like, well, I guess the tech was the one being nice to you. I mean, that's good advice, and now you have control, which is incredible. I'm very jealous. I can open an app on my phone and see who's using it. They don't realize how much power I have. I need to learn how to do this. Mostly kidding. Mostly kidding. I don't actually care I don't care if I know when my family's on the internet. First of all, I'm the one on it most of the time. My sister doesn't live here anymore. And if my mom and dad are on the internet, they're doing work or playing Wordle. Oh, my internet is so bad, there's no fiber, and we think the wires are shot because it recently just started to suck. I can't play multiplayer games anymore because my ping is so high all the time. Dang, I had a similar issue when I first moved back. Well, I say similar issue in the sense that my internet was bad and my ping was high. Probably not the same cause, because mine was caused by the fact that my new setup in a different room than I was already streaming from when I was home prior has my PC tucked in a little corner, and it's like semi a dead spot for the Wi-Fi. It's not like actually dead, because, like, if you can't tell, I'm streaming, which requires internet. But It took a lot of adjusting. I have a range extender up here now and another range extender plugged into the outlet directly behind that door. So we're doing a lot of things to make sure the connection is as good as it is. Oh, now my stream is buffering. Thanks for the real-time example, internet. No. Let me at him. I'll fight the internet. Not the people behind it, just the internet. I will fight the internet. You know, Wreck-It Ralph, Ralph breaks the internet. Catch me being Ralph. The tech gave me that tip because they said they'd have to change our account if they had to come back and found no issues. Okay, so they gave you a good tip to avoid doing something annoying on their end. Not a bad thing. like that makes sense, and it ended up working out for you. Everyone wins. The app is pretty useful. I can also see if something is wrong, like if it needs a hardware update or anything. Okay, that part would be useful. We don't usually need it super. I was about to say super much. We don't usually need anything like that because our neighbor across the street is one of my dad's closest friends, and he works at Charter, which is our internet provider. So whenever something's wrong, we can usually get him over here to take a look at it. He was actually a big reason we were able to fix the internet issues that we were having with my PC before I could stream. You're not streaming, it's just a shared hallucination. Why am I coughing in the shared hallucination? Y'all want me sick? Are you hallucinating me having a cough? That's really mean. It's a TP-Link router. They have their own apps, so you just connect it when setting up the router. Oh, it would take a new router. To be clear, that makes sense, but that probably won't be happening anytime soon for us. Maybe when I get my own place and my own internet. Not that I need it to happen right now, right? Found a shiny Whooper. Let's go, Lost Street. I was gonna ask which Whooper, but it doesn't matter. They're both awesome. Congrats. Gosh, the movie makes me so emotional. Wreck-It. I know I did just reference it, but I've actually never seen the Ralph Breaks the Internet. I've heard it's pretty good. I've seen the first one several times, but I have never seen the second one. Give me a Mon from Gen 4 that is Ghost type. Dusk Noir. Dusk Noir. That's my pick. Yeah, because the charges would have been insanely high for getting a text sent out. I don't like our internet provider, but they're the most affordable in our area. I hate when that happens, right? Like you are basically forced to use a service you don't like. You're forced to use a service you don't like just because it's the only one you can afford. I hate doing that. Why am I struggling to find words? Here's where I was going with that. Whenever I fly Southwest because it's way cheaper. But I don't want to fly Southwest because every time I talk to other people about it, it's like everything is just a little more sketchy. Not bad, but sketchy. So if I could afford any other airline, I'd probably go to like Delta or something. But I have to go Southwest, and that sucks. I recommend it hits if you're always worried about changes, which I pretty much permanently am. So maybe I'll check out the movie. How about Gen 9 this part fighting? Flamigo. Ain't that fun. Oh, no, you said never mind. But Flamigo, I still like Flamigo. Yeah, I hate that about traveling. Yeah. But honestly, Southwest isn't horrible. Like I said, it still gets me from point A to point B. It's cheap. It lets me pick my own seat, which since I've only ever flown Southwest, I didn't know other airlines like you get your ticket and that ticket comes with a specific seat. Every time when I fly Southwest, I get my ticket and then I get to sit wherever is open on my boarding group. which is really nice. Wait, Sky, how do you fly? Surely you're just always flying. Oh, because I'm in the sky? Yeah. Sorry, I'm not in the sky. I am the sky. I'm not always flying. I am the air. You guys fly through me. Same with hotels. Sketchy ones are cheap. Oh my god, yes. Like, I was so lucky at TwitchCon because I got my everything pretty much kind of last minute. Like, not super last minute. There was like 2 or 3 months prior. So, I mean, it could have been worse. But I got really lucky because I had enough people that wanted to split an Airbnb that for 5 days, I think, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then beginning of Tuesday, 5 going on 6 days, I only spent $150-ish on the Airbnb, which is insane. It's an insane steal. Life hack, just don't enjoy traveling. Oh, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Thank you, U1. I'll just turn off that enjoyment. We really did slay that. I do not know what I would have done if I had to have just gotten a hotel on my own. TwitchCon would have been much worse, I'll tell you that. If I went to TwitchCon and I wasn't staying with friends and that's it. If I wasn't staying with friends, I would have been much more miserable. I would have left the con whenever I felt like anxious and then went to the hotel room to stew in my own anxiety and miss out on tons of fun things. Is absolutely what would have happened. Okay, got a lurk for real now. See y'all later. Hey, I appreciate the lurk, Lindsay. Hope you're doing well. I hope you take care of whatever you gotta take care of, and I really appreciate the lurk. Oh yeah, Elena, we mentioned you earlier. I think it was just because I was talking about how I'm a chronic lurker, even in like some of my best friends' streams. The Airbnb was nice for my first con, but I'm definitely doing a hotel from now on. No, Michelle, Sav, and I were talking about this a lot at the airport. How we were like, next year, we want to book a hotel. Like, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know like who I'd be going with, but luckily it seems like I'd have a lot more friends to pick from now, which is great. But I want to get a hotel so I can walk to the TwitchCon. Like that, I so badly wanted to be able to walk instead of Ubering everywhere. And it's so like, I heard stories about people like random nights, they would just go out and walk around the city and meet up with people. We didn't have that option being a 20-minute Uber away. So the Airbnb was great. It was I definitely thought that was the correct move for me. Because I knew no one. So having people that I could just run away with and we could be our group was great for me. But now that I have that solid group of friends and I'm making more, a hotel, and yes, being able to drop off all the stuff you bought, it would be such a better idea for next year. But also, that also means I have to start thinking about it sooner, because if I'm not mistaken, when you get a hotel, you kind of gotta like get it pretty far in advance. I could be wrong. I'm still like new to traveling as a whole, but from what I understand, to get the best hotels, you gotta get them early, like crazy early. Remember when we went to all this meetup and had like 6 bags? Yes, I do. I also remember me like knocking over my bag filled with Pokemon plushes several times. It's fun to chew on paper clips. Maybe don't do that. I mean, I can't tell you what to do technically, but I feel like that's a choking hazard and maybe not the healthiest. But I mean, I technically can't stop you, so you do you. Hey, Whistler! Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh my god, welcome in, raiders. Whistler plays raid. Let's boogie. Oh, that is so great. I love the Let's Boogie. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Y'all, if you aren't following Whistler Plays, you absolutely should be. So Wiz set up Nuzlocke and Load. Now, I participated for a little bit, then I went on my impromptu hiatus that we've been talking about. But it was a really awesome Nuzlocking event that included a huge community of people. Truly an incredible streamer in person and event coordinator, everything, just incredible person. So definitely go follow Wiz if you're not already. Hello, my friend, long time no speak. How are you doing? I'm doing actually pretty well, Wiz. How are you? And I hope stream went absolutely fantastically. Were you doing a another challenge run or shiny hunting, or what were you up to on stream today? Also, let me say hi to everyone. That Evie girl, hey, what's going on? Good to see you. A-OK Craig, love that username. Welcome in, it's good to see you. Raiders, for those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Sky. I use they, them pronouns, and I am a non-binary Pokemon streamer here on Twitch. I disappeared for a little bit, but I'm back, and I'm here to shiny hunt and find all the really hard shinies. If you are here with the raid, if you wouldn't mind refreshing the page that the view transfers over and counts, I really would appreciate that. It means the world to me. Also, I do have follows anonymous in case you don't want to be perceived. I know some people just like to lurk in the background when they follow, but if you do feel like introducing yourself with your preferred name and pronouns, feel free. No pressure, of course. But if you would like to, I will add it to your nickname, and I will make sure to address you properly. Hey, Cup, what's going on? Good to see you, man. I'm gonna add another shout out into the raid if that's cool with y'all, because the wonderful Cup. Oh, I have to wait 6 seconds. I'll wait a couple more seconds, but follow Cup. Here, I'll give the other shout out. I can give this shout out. If I can spell S-O correctly, my God, get it together, Sky. I'm doing well, my friend. I've been doing some Relicanth encounter hunts. No shiny so far, we're up to 451 now. Let's go. Relicanth is a really good shiny, too. Underrated Pokemon, for real. Sorry, I also have a little bit of a cough. I'm not sick, I just have a cough. Anyway, I think I missed a message. Yeah, from Elena. All the hotels left through the TwitchCon website are like $300 a night, so yeah, I don't need to book soon, even though it's over a year away. Have you already booked? Like, yeah, I don't know if you've already booked, but if you have, I definitely need to get my button gear and find someone that could room with me. Oh, likely ban evader. Get out of here. It's a setup to our plan to solo Oris with Relicanth as our next challenge run. That's so cool. Wait, that's so creative. And Relicanth is such a great Pokemon to do that with. No, I have not. Oh, you have. Okay. I was gonna wait until like after Christmas, but I don't know if that's too late. Oh yeah, that was my plan too. My plan was to wait till 2025, but I guess I should start looking now, even if I don't book now. Started raid and run, but I'm super under the weather, so I need to head to bed. Have a good stream and good luck. Hey, no worries, Whistler. If anyone else needs to raid and run, please do. Take care of yourself, especially if you're feeling under the weather like Wiz. I really hope you feel better soon. Again, if you're not already following Whistler Plays, go drop him a follow. He deserves it. And if you want to stick around, feel free. I love seeing new people, meeting new people, and seeing new faces around here. Every grass type and you explode. See, yes, but also remember with the game that they said they're doing, Oris. The reason Swampert is so strong in Oris is there aren't a lot of grass types to fight. Like, there's no grass specialists. I guess if you chose Mudkip, you'd have the Sceptile to contend with on the enemy's team. But depending on how which starter they choose, if you don't have a Sceptile to contend with, isn't there like one trainer battle that has a Vileplume and that's it? Like, I actually think this could be fine. Oh wait, Wallace is Ludicolo. You're right. Does he have that in Oris? Wait, no, it's Oris. It's Steven. Never mind. I have that out. Sorry. See you soon, hopefully. Hey, no worries, Hawkeye. I appreciate the lurk. Have a good rest of your night. I appreciate you coming by. Hashtag no grass gym. Let's go. It'll be super tricky, but we've got faith in the old fish. The old fish will reign supreme. Boss is the 8th gym though. He still has it. Well, actually, oh yes, yeah, you're right. Does he have Roselia? I said Roselia because I saw Wiz's message. Does he have Ludic? Wait, I'm curious. I'm looking it up. I believe you. You just modded Alpha Sapphire. But I still want to see. Wait, no, he doesn't. He has Lovedisc, Whiscash, Celio, Sea King, and Milotic. Wally and Victory Road has Mega Gallade, Roselia, and Magneton. That sounds like a problem. Which is so weird because I've never had an issue with Wally's team. But I guess it is a bit different when you're only using a Relicanth. So I guess things that normally wouldn't be an issue become an issue. Oh, and yeah, like we're only thinking about grass types, but Watson's gym. Like, I was comparing it to Swampert, who also has a 4 times grass weakness, but Swampert's a ground type, which makes it only weak to grass. You still have to contend with fighting types, electric types. I don't know if that's it. Anyway, on that rather depressing note, that'll be me. All the best. Hey, right back at you, Wiz there. I hope you get lots of rest tonight. Feel better soon. And once again, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Hey, what are we at now? We've almost done 100 encounters today. Okay, that's not bad. We're only 45 minutes in, and we've only been doing encounters for, I want to say, since 10 minutes into stream? I actually didn't check. That would have been smarter for me to check. But regardless, we're moving at a good pace. That's good. You know, if we got Shiny Galarian Ponyta, I wouldn't be mad about it. The only reason the hunts show only Phantump and Shiinotic is because, well, A, Phantump is actually our target. And Shiinotic, because it's the only other grass type in this forest. And our Phantump that we're leading with has Harvest, which makes it, I believe, which makes 51% of our encounters guaranteed to be grass type, I believe. And since the only 2 grass types are Phantump and Shiinotic, they're the 2 that have the boosted rate. Obviously not boosted shiny rate, but boosted rate nonetheless. Boosted encounter rate. So things could be looking a little bit differently here soon. Don't know how soon. Kind of depends on when my job decides to pay me. It's really weird. So I just tried to start that sentence 4 times and nothing came out. The pay period for my job is every 2 weeks. And the week starts on Friday. So theoretically, we should be getting paid every Friday. But the last pay period I was paid on Wednesday. My brain just short-circuited. It absolutely did. I literally couldn't get any words out. I tried so hard and nothing came out. But I got paid on Wednesday, last pay period. So I was like, okay, so I guess I should be expecting to get paid on Wednesdays then. But I haven't gotten paid yet today. And I don't know how time zones are playing tricks on people or what, but it is still Wednesday for me. I don't know if it'll come in later today or tomorrow, or if it actually will be Friday this time. We'll have to see. But the reason I bring it up is because as soon as I get that paycheck, I am going to be a little bit financially irresponsible. And there is no like but to that. It is just a financially irresponsible choice. But 2 things. One, I am working my job and I've got a lot of bigger paychecks coming in. Not like huge, but bigger than I'm used to. Because I'm actually getting hours at this job. My last job barely gave me any hours, so I was basically broke. But this job is giving me hours, so I think I'll be pleasantly surprised by how much money I'm making back. But I will be purchasing a capture carded 3DS. So all I'm going to be saying is dual hunts are coming in the near future. The paycheck should arrive no later than Friday. And if that remains the case, then I will, if that remains the case, what am I saying? If it comes in on Friday, I will order it on Friday. And then I really hope the paycheck comes in today or tomorrow, because they say that it'll ship 1 working day after the order. So unless I order it early Friday, I feel like there's a very high chance that it would then ship out on Monday and not get here until like Wednesday, which is still really good. It's really soon, to be clear, but I would rather my paycheck come in today or tomorrow so I can make sure it's shipped by Friday and here by Monday. Oh, Evie, welcome in. It's good to see you. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Y'all, Evie is on the Pinecone stream team with me. Her link is right there in that auto shout out. If you want to go drop her a follow, she does some incredible shiny hunting content, amazing vibes over there. Cannot endorse her enough. So please go drop her a follow if you want to support a fellow shiny hunting streamer. Dual hunts, is that like when you fight your Switch in ritual combat? If you want to get if you win, you get a shiny. If that was the case, I would not be a shiny hunter. I cannot fight for the life of me. All I know is the technique to properly punch. I've only thrown 1 punch in my life that was like not a joke. Hello, friend. Good luck on the hunt. Thank you, Evie. As you can see, we're still very early on, but we were talking about how I'm going to be purchasing a capture card at 3DS soon, so I'll be able to do multiple hunts at the same time, and more importantly, hunt a few shinies that I've wanted forever, but are locked on every instance of them on the Switch, specifically Poipole and Type Null. I don't know if I've talked about this much on stream, but Silvally, my little fun-sized Arceus, is probably my top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time. Because, like, Arceus is cool, but the fact that they gave us a smaller Arceus that isn't quite as strong, but that can still have the same gimmick, I love that personally, and I think it just looks really cool. There's not a ton of like deep-seated reasoning behind it. I thought it looks really cool, and I love the idea of a tiny Arceus. I'm gonna give us another word of the word. I'm like used to the word friend. Yeah, I say friend every now and again. I don't think that's usually my go-to though. Yeah, Evie, I'm really excited. I don't know if I'm gonna do Type Null or Poipole first. There's a lot of options, right? Because that's just an Ultra Moon. In Ultra Moon, I have so many hunts I want to do. I want to do those 2 that I mentioned. I want to shiny hunt the Legends. I want to do those in the Ultra Wormhole. There's a lot that would probably save me a lot of headache if I did them in the Ultra Wormhole as opposed to Words, as opposed to Dynamax Adventures. Currently going for Popplio and Ultra Moon. Brave soul indeed. I say that, but I'm also starting up a Grief Case hunt for Turtwig. Is Ultra Moon the slowest starter reset, or is there slower? I feel like there might be slower. X and Y are pretty bad. I will not be doing a starter reset hunt in Ultra Moon for a couple reasons. One, the save file I already have going, it's past the starters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to beat the Elite Four on that save, and then that will be the save that I shiny hunt on. If I ever get a second copy of Ultra Moon, or ideally Ultra Sun, then I will probably shiny hunt the starters on that save. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, I believe. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's just so long. OMG, I love Poipole. It's so adorable. I know, I love Poipole so much. And it's shiny, man. Impeccable. I have so many hunts I need to finish. I might hunt for them when I call with you and Elena. Oh my god, please. I don't have a ton of hunts going right now, but I have quite a few. I've got this hunt going. I know it shows two Pokemon up there, but it's mainly for... Wait for it. That one. It's mainly for Phantom. And then I've got soft resets for Palkia that I've been doing. I'm up to almost 2,000, I think, on that one. And then I've got the Grief Case hunt for Turtwig. It's a lot. But I'm sure you have even more. If you ever want to call and shiny hunt, seriously, DM me, ping me in Pinecone, whatever you want. I'm always down to shiny hunt if I'm not at work. Seriously, whenever. Simply, welcome in. Good to see you, Simply. How are you? I got a Sudowoodo. Not bad. Did I say not bad again? I need to expand my vocabulary. Sudowoodo is the imposter tree. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm glad you're doing okay, Simply. It is so good to see you around here. You enrolled for a shiny. About 1,000 away. Could be worse. I guess I should roll for a shiny, right? Not very good. Expand your vernacular? I do need to expand my vernacular. I don't know why you put quotes around it, but because you are correct. Squirtle and Leaf Green, Popplio and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Arceus and BDSP, Sneasel and Platinum, Heracross and Heartgold Soul Silver. That is quite a lot of hunts. Are those all soft resets? No, I was gonna say, no, the first 3 are soft resets. And the last 2, I'm assuming, are random encounter. Heracross, that's probably headbutt trees, right? Unless there's another way to encounter Heracross that I am forgetting at the moment. I actually use that word now. Wait, did I introduce you to that word? That's so cool. I'm so happy I helped you. Sneasel's encounters and Heracross's trees and Azalea. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. I don't know of another way to encounter Heracross, and even if there is one, it's probably a lot harder to find. Thank you for the shiny luck, Simply. I appreciate that. So I did get a Game Boy operator. So I can now theoretically play Game Boy games on my PC. The issue is the cartridges I got they're not legit, because when I got them, I didn't know that was a difference that mattered. I now know otherwise. So I have the Game Boy operator, and as soon as I get a Game Boy game, I can use it. A legit Game Boy game. For the 3DS, right now, the only games I have are... I like the blue versions, so I have Pokemon X, Alpha Sapphire, Black 2, and Ultra Moon. I'm also going for Nidoran and Fire Red Leaf Green. Too many hunts. No such thing. If you have all these hunts going, it just means that one of them will shine sooner or later, is the word I was trying to say. As soon as I have all the hardware I want, there will be, at minimum, every time I go live with shiny hunting, 3 hunts up there. Because by the end of 2024, the goal is to have my capture card at 3DS and a second capture card for my second Switch. I have 2 Switches over here. I just don't have a capture card for the second one. So, hopefully by the end of 2024, triple hunts will be the norm. And then way in the future, after I save up again for another capture card of 3DS, that will be my next goal. 4 times hunts could also happen at some point if I, at any point in that time frame, get a legit Game Boy cartridge. You make streaming sound very complicated. I promise it's not. Like, I want to do multiple hunts at the same time. That's just something I want to do. But at the end of the day, to do, like, you don't even need a counter to be a shiny hunting streamer. If you want to stream shiny hunting, you can literally just boot up your game and start running into Pokemon. Assuming they're not shiny locked, which most wild encounters aren't. I personally want to take my streams to the next level and do multiple hunts at the same time. It also is because, similar to Evie, I have multiple hunts going. I want to be able to make progress on more than one hunt at the same time. Otherwise, it just feels like everything's going to take longer. I'm going to make Elena a hardcore shiny hunter like me. I am trying, but if you, I think she'll listen to you more than she'll listen to me, quite honestly. Way back in not way back, this was not that long ago, back in like April-ish, it was not uncommon for Elena and I to get in a Pinecone VC with a couple others, and we would just shiny hunt. I know Kathy joined in a couple times, but not a ton. But we would do a lot of Scarlet and Violet hunts together. And it was a lot of fun, but then she kind of fell off because, you know, that happens. I have never stopped. Shiny hunting has never been something I didn't want to do. So yeah, maybe with the two of us, with our combined efforts, we can turn her into a hardcore shiny hunter. I think we have the materials in front of us too. Were you at her? I'm pretty sure you were at her stream where she was shiny hunting Sinistea because she's got that list of Pokemon that she thinks would stand Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, look, we've got the materials. She clearly has a lot of shinies she wants. All we have to do is persuade her to do one of those hunts not in Scarlet and Violet, and we can start putting her into the other kinds of hunts. I don't know. Have you ever caught a shiny that you aren't hunting for? Yes, actually. My very first shiny ever. Well, sorry. Rephrase. The first shiny I ever caught, I wasn't hunting for. It was a shiny Snover in Sword and Shield. Because I am still pretty young. I didn't really enter my shiny hunting era until I was in mid to late high school, I would say. But also in Scarlet and Violet, you find shinies all the time if you have the shiny charm. So finding one you're not hunting for is almost a guarantee. Channel your inner Chancellor Palpatine and coerce her into it. Okay, like for all the joking I'm making about like forcing Elena to become a hardcore shiny hunter, obviously it's still her call. Would I love to have even more friends that I could shiny hunt with? Heck yeah. Shiny hunting is so much more fun when you have friends around to do it with, and talk about your hunts. Like recently, I'm gonna shout this person out as well. Recently, I have really started connecting with Eternal Infernos. He is so much fun to talk to, and he's also a shiny hunter. So just chatting about our hunts and talking about how it's going, hunts we want to do in the future. I want to get in the VC with him and just do some huntings at some point. It's so much more fun with friends. So even though I want Elena to, you know, get into shiny hunting the same way as me and some others, it's not gonna be fun for me or her if I'm sitting there with like a gun to her head, like, hey, you shiny hunt with me whether you like it or not. I want you to shiny hunt with me, so you have to shiny hunt with me. That's not gonna be fun anymore because she's not gonna want to be there. What else is more fun with friends to do it with? Wrong answers only. I don't even know what you're implying. Oh, ad. Sorry for the ad. I'm a pro streamer, I promise. I'm sorry, I will see you all after the ad. But yeah, I have a lot. I feel like once I get my 3DS, the number of hunts I'm doing at once is about to shoot up. Because I want to do Tepig and Black 2. I want to do, obviously, a ton of hunts in Ultra Moon. That's going to be probably my main game on my DS. Oh, I missed an encounter. Dang. And then X, I don't know if I'm going to do a starter reset. Because here's the thing, I want to do a starter reset because I love shiny Chestnut. I would go for Chespin. But Chespin is such a bad starter in the Kalos games. Like, I'm talking through the lens of how it performs against the gyms. It just gets crapped on by the region. So if I did a starter reset, it would be Chespin or Fennekin. Fennekin is a really nice shiny. And it does better in the game, but I prefer shiny Chestnut, but that does horrible during the game. Regardless, whether I do a starter reset or not, I also want to just do, you know, horde encounters, as you do. Alpha Sapphire, you know, actually, Alpha Sapphire, I won't be doing starter resets because I already did one. I definitely talked about this. I wasn't streaming at the time, but so it might not have been put in the Discord. Wait, you guys might not know about this. Oh my God! Wait, unless you're following my Twitter, I tweeted about it. But one day, this was around when I got the soft resetting shiny hunting itch again. I was always into shiny hunting, but I took some time off of doing any sort of like soft resets. So one day I'm like, I want to do a soft reset for shiny Mudkip. I wasn't in a VC with anyone. I was just watching someone stream, and I was like, let's do Mudkip and Alpha Sapphire. Why the heck not, right? 6 encounters later, I found the shiny Mudkip, and it blew my mind. Like, I'm never resetting that save unless I can save the Mudkip by putting it into a different save file and then transfer it back afterwards, which will be possible once I have a second 3DS. Welcome back from the ad, everyone. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sorry for not warning you about it. I completely missed the whole message that said it was coming soon. I will do better for you all, though. Okay, yeah, but so Alpha Sapphire, I won't be doing any starter resets unless I can get Mudkip safely off of the file. If I can, then I might do a starter reset for like Trico and or Torchic. I don't know how I feel about soft resetting. I feel like I'd accidentally reset the shiny on muscle memory. Yeah, it's a valid concern. It's one of those hunts where like, it's the hunt you have to pay the least amount of attention to. It works the best when you do a hunt that is drastically different. Like, one hunt that has been on my mind for a long time is Guzzlord. Like, that shiny is so different, there's no way I accidentally soft reset over it. So it's one of those methods where you have to be paying some amount of attention. But like, it's also the least amount of attention you have to pay. It's weird. Famous last words. Hey, I'm sure I feel like it's a rite of passage, right? I'm sure as I'm starting to enter the world of soft resetting for shinies, I am almost certain at one point or another I will reset over a shiny. It'll probably happen. But I don't think so. I think I pay enough attention. I don't just reset on frame 1. I process what I'm seeing, then click the buttons. All right, we're a little over an hour into stream. We've done like 160 encounters. We're on a good pace today. Or maybe I just feel like that because the Palkia hunt is so freaking slow. Because soft resetting on the Switch is a pain. If you didn't know, soft resetting on the Switch is a pain and a half. I'm pretty sure I timed it, and one reset for Palkia, if I'm mashing A the entire time and moving as fast as possible, is roughly 1 minute per reset. Which is not which is not as bad as like a starter reset in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, or in X and Y. But it's also not like particularly fast. I don't know what the fastest fastest soft reset is. I'm assuming there's like a 5 or 6 way tie, probably more. There's probably a large tie for the fastest because it's something on the 3DS where you can just LR start select. Yeah, Heart Gold Soul Silver immediately came to mind, especially if you're not hunting a particular starter. Like if I'm in there and going specifically for Totodile, yeah, you actually see the shiny starters. That's why. Why did they take that away? Why did they? Okay, this is gonna lead into me like ranting about shiny locks in general, but I don't understand why they ever took that away. Like once you get into like Sun and Moon, where they first show the starters in a cutscene, okay, I get it a little more. You're not gonna make it shiny in the cutscene. But X and Y and prior, you can see the Pokemon as you're picking them in the little briefcase cutscene. I don't understand why they only showed you if they were shiny in Heart Gold Soul Silver. I don't know. I'm probably just salty. But yeah, Heart Gold Soul Silver, I definitely intend to do a starter hunt in that game at some point. I would love a shiny Totodile. Well, I gotta say, I would love a shiny Totodile in that game. I have shiny Totodile, 3 of them, in Scarlet and Violet. Because I'm going for my living deck, so I already have them. That's weird, yeah. It's not a limitation of the game thing, because you can change the Pokemon and the new ones do appear. I am choosing to believe that there is some kind of reason. I just don't understand it because I'm not a game developer. And I'm sure that actually is the case. But, you know, it doesn't change the fact that it's annoying. Makes starter resets take way longer than they need to. Yeah, but that isn't going to stop me, though. Yeah, Ultra Warp Ride, I was more talking about soft resets, U1, but Ultra Warp Ride is one of the fastest ways to shiny hunt if you're not going for an Ultra Beast or a Legendary. Because Ultra Beasts and Legendaries, you have to soft reset unless you somehow get a first encounter shiny. But if you're going for any of the normal Pokemon, one of the fastest ways to shiny hunt for sure. Oh, we're definitely going to get Shiinotic before we get Phantump, aren't we? Yeah, I knew that's what she meant. I was just more... When I asked the question, I was more referring to, like, the fastest soft reset. Which I think is objectively Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I don't think there's any game that goes faster than those two. Especially, like, it's definitely not the Sinnoh games. God, that briefcase gives me nightmares. Although, like, that briefcase is horrible, but Eternal, the friend I mentioned earlier, he got his Turtwig and Platinum in like 200 and something encounters. I think it was early 200s. It was insane. The universe is now punishing him because he is now 12k deep on Starly. It's in our DMs. Hold on. We were talking about it not that long ago. Yeah, 11k. 11k. Which is just crazy. Thankfully, I got Chimchar in 1k and around 1k in VSP. I got Turtwig and Platinum. I hope I have that luck but I fear that I have wasted a lot of my luck. Well, it's not a waste. I feel I've used up most of my luck for the time being. If you guys weren't around for the Pumpkaboo, I got a full odds shiny Pumpkaboo in 278, I believe was the number of encounters. And then 89 encounters later, I got another full odds shiny Pumpkaboo that was supersized, which is like a 1 in 81,920 chance. So, my luck was pretty good. So I'm trying to grind out encounters in all of my hunts because my luck is not going to be that good again. So I need to start getting into the higher numbers sooner. That way I can be like, okay, now we're past the point that this would be considered good luck. This is just a normal hunt. Let's get the shiny now. I can give you some luck. 641 shiny luck to be exact. Oh, are you talking about the redeem? You could redeem that 641 times? You could. Should you? Probably not. But could you? Yes. Yeah, we're now, like, what was the total? 278 plus 89. Once we hit 400, we will officially have done more encounters for this hunt than we did total for the Pumpkaboo hunt, which is just a testament to how crazy fast the Pumpkaboo hunt went. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, before this I was at work, and I worked a 9 to 1 today, which is a really good shift. Only 4 hours. I like morning shifts. That's all great. But what I always forget is Wednesdays are early release days for the local middle school. So right as I was getting ready to leave and count out my drawer, a mob of middle school kids came rushing through the door, and it was horrifying. I hate kids in general. Sorry, I don't hate kids. I don't get along with children. Let's say that. And middle schoolers are maybe the brattiest. Anyway, I'm asleep now. I'm not going to be able to get up. Hey, that's very fair, you1. Go get some rest. Make sure you can catch your train tomorrow morning. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out for a bit. But yeah, right before that, my manager had asked me if I wanted to stay a little later, and I said no, not because I didn't want to, but because I had already scheduled stream. And I'm so glad I had said no, because if I had said yes, I would have had to deal with that mob of middle schoolers for a lot longer than I had to. Like, I would have had to deal with them being there and, like, not behaving themselves, and then checking them out was a nightmare. Checking them in was a nightmare. It's just, I like, ran out of there as soon as it was time to go. Appreciate that, you1. Have good sleeps. Yeah, that's the closest thing I've got to, like, a story about my work. It's so boring. There's just nothing that really exciting going on. I guess there was a person that was kind of rude to me today, but calling it a Karen would be, like, a massive exaggeration. It's really annoying that my work doesn't have anything super exciting or memorable to talk about. We put up our Halloween decorations today. It's a bunch of spiders. They really want to win this competition we've got going on. Apparently everyone that works in the city that I live in is, like, in a competition to who can decorate the lobby the best. And the place I work at really wants to win. So there are multiple inflatables, multiple, like, what's the word? They look like pipe cleaners, but they're bigger. Spiders made out of that stuff. Well, there's this big ghost that they're hanging from the ceiling. Don't know how they're gonna get it up there because the ceiling is very tall where I work. But I'm sure it'll be up when I go in tomorrow, and I'll be absolutely shocked and wonder how they got it up there. It is also getting really hot in here. I'm gonna turn my fan up a little bit. Sitting right next to my PC with a big light on me is gonna make me kind of warm, believe it or not. So hopefully turning my fan up will help a bit. Yeah, I will say again, now that I've reached kind of a stopping point in my nonstop rambling, in the pinned message there is my go live tweet that I'm going to start trying to do every time. We'll see if I remember, but if any likes or retweets would be super appreciated. Really trying to make some growth happen, and if you follow my Twitter, you'll see that I recently committed to the fact. So if you don't know, my least favorite Pokemon of all time is Bruxish. I despise that stupid fish with a passion. I have gone on rants about it, and I probably will go on rants in the future about it. It's a horrible Pokemon. I don't know why it exists, and I want it to not exist. I'm going for a shiny living dex right now, and Bruxish will be the final shiny I get. I will not hunt it before I have to. However, I said if I reach 1,000 followers by the end of 2024, then I will hunt Bruxish. Oh, it's time to be real. Be real live on stream. There we go. As Mixed Honey's favorite Pokemon, I think? Yep, it is. We've talked about it. And you know, I mean, good for them, right? I hate it. But I will shiny hunt it ahead of time if we reach 1,000 followers by the end of the year. It's hard to overstate my disdain for that Pokemon. It's a bundle of wasted potential. Oh my god, it could have been so cool. Then they gave it big ass teeth and mascara for some reason. Like, ugh. Ugly and stupid and not that strong. It's really weak. I'm laughing so hard. I remember when they took a bunch of glamour shots of Bruxish. And more power to them. I will. God, that stupid fish. It will be the final shiny I ever get, unless we hit this goal. And like usually, I feel like most people are aware of this. Usually, when content creators set a goal, they set it within absolutely reachable parameters. Parameters they're pretty sure they were going to hit anyway, just as a little bit more of incentive. In my case, do I want to hit 1,000 followers by the end of the year? That would be awesome, yes. But that is almost double what I currently have. Like, it's doable, for sure. But it won't be easy. So, this incentive is very much it could happen, but it also realistically might not. And I will be fine if it doesn't, because then I will never hunt Bruxish until I have the rest of the Pokemon that exist shiny. Well, the rest of the Pokemon that exist that can exist shiny. Whenever Game Freak eventually releases Shiny Victini or Volcanion, my life will be complete. There's a lot of myth. You know, I touched on it earlier. Shiny locks. I think that is maybe the stupidest thing Pokemon has ever done. Like, I get that the point is money, but I also don't get the point. They know that shiny hunting is a large part of their community when it comes to content creators. It's one of the things people like to do the most in their games. So why on earth would you shiny lock Pokemon and make them unable to be hunted? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And even if I were to concede, okay, you'll shiny lock the legends in their home game. But then when future games come out and you bring those legends back and are able to be caught, you can shiny hunt them in those games. For a while, that was true. It is no longer true. Because they just brought back all those legendaries in the Scarlet and Violet DLC. And they're all shiny locked. Every last one of them. For what reason? Why? Now if people want those shiny legendaries, they have to stay in your two older games, Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon. Like, do you not want people playing your new games? If you do, give us more things to do, like shiny hunting the legendaries. But by keeping them locked in the older games, all you're doing is dissuading shiny hunters from playing your game. It is pointless. Sorry, it's not pointless. As I said, I know it's actually just because they want money. There's a shiny Zacian event. I don't know if it's still going on, but I think it is. Where you can do raids that have an increased chance for shiny Zacian. But, like, if you don't know, if you aren't able to get to a raid yourself, which a lot of people aren't because they either just don't live near any gyms, or just don't have the time to go out and look for them, or don't have have enough people nearby that play Pokemon Go. That's the situation I'm in. You have to use remote raid passes. Which, yeah, you can earn some through just playing the game, but not a ton. And if you want a good chance at a shiny, you're gonna have to do a lot of raids. Like, by a lot, I mean, like, the odds, I believe, are 1 in 20. But 20 raids is a lot. And once you run out of the remote raid passes, there isn't an easy way to just collect them again for free. You're gonna have to pay for them in the shop. So effectively, you just put shiny Zacian behind a paywall. Like, are some people going to be able to get it for free? Absolutely, yes. But the vast majority of people will have to pay for multiple remote raid passes just to have a chance at the shiny. And I don't think that's okay. Like, yeah, no, there's really no more to that thought. And then they're gonna do the same thing with Zamazenta right after. I really don't get the point outside of making a quick buck. But that's my rant on shiny locks. I'll probably do it again at some point. I really hate the idea of shiny locks. But luckily there are plenty of games that either don't have shiny locks or just have other fun Pokemon to shiny hunt. i.e. Sword and Shield, like we are currently doing. Obviously it would be awesome. OMG, hi, hello Bingo, how are you doing? I hope you're feeling better. Oh my god, I know you had to cancel your stream because you had the flu. That sucks. Are you feeling any better? W streamed. It is W streamed today. Yeah. Mega sick. Well, how about you? I'm feeling significantly better. I still have a little bit of a cough. On cue. But overall, I'm feeling good. It also helps that I've been fighting this cold for over a week now? About a week now. So I'm on the back end. But I'm sorry you're still mega sick. But y'all, even though she is feeling a bit under the weather right now, you should absolutely go follow Bingo. Lots of variety over there. She does some Pokemon shiny hunting every now and again. Just played through. I actually don't know if you were shiny hunting. I know you were playing Legends Arceus though. Plays a lot of chess. Way better at chess than I could ever be. Minecraft I saw. Just a lot of things. You never really know what to expect from her streams, which is why I love going there. Wait, Finny, is it verb? Yep. Chika Chiku means that I love you. I love Phineas and Ferb. The soundtrack goes hard. But yeah, today we're shiny hunting the two shinies you see above my camera here. Both pretty good. I definitely would prefer the Phantump. But we'll kind of take anything. I just want a shiny. But the odds are 1 in 4,096, so this is more a stream of just trying to get the number up because the odds are high we're not getting anything this stream. Then again, I said that last stream and we got 2 full odds shinies in this game, so I mean, what do I know, honestly? Yeah, I need to decide. I mentioned earlier that I was doing my dual hunts coming up. But the problem is I have 2 switches and some hunts live on one switch and some hunts live on another switch. This hunt and my Turtwig soft reset and BDSP, those live on this switch. But then my shiny Palkia resets and my shiny charmed save of Scarlet and Violet, those live on my other switch. Because the one I'm on right now is technically my second switch. It's the one I bought earlier this summer. So whenever I get my 3DS, that's gonna be pretty easy because I can just pull up one of the games and just go. But I'll have to decide which hunt I want to do alongside it. This one would be pretty easy because it's kind of just running in a circle. But because Legends Arceus would be so much fun, but I would be moving so slow on whatever hunt I was doing on the 3DS if I did that. Could always do Dynamax Adventures. That would be fun. Maybe get some viewers in on things. Potentially. All ideas at the moment. The absolute latest I get this 3DS, as I mentioned, is Wednesday. This game looks so good. I'm convinced. It looks really good, right? Visually, much more impressive than Scarlet and Violet. Not even close. These games got a lot of hate, and I don't really get it. I loved these games. The Pokemon roster is incredible. It looks amazing. The only weak point in my eyes is the story. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not playing Pokemon for the story. So if the story is only kind of meh, I can live with that, believe it or not. I'm here for the Pokemon, not the people. Specifically the shiny Pokemon. Yeah, Bingo, you should oh my god. You should absolutely get this game if you can afford it and if you actually want it. I was just talking with my friends in chat earlier, how we were trying to get one of our other friends to be a hardcore shiny hunter like us. So I mean, if you ever want to learn how to shiny hunt beyond just random encounters, which is a totally valid method, by the way. But like, I'm around. I love shiny hunting. Pretty much whenever I'm not streaming, I'm probably shiny hunting. Like, obviously I do other things. When I'm not streaming or working, I mean. Usually when I'm lurking at other people's streams, at this point I have Palkia resets going. I have reserved this hunt for a stream. And I'll be doing Palkia resets in my free time until I put it on stream for the first time. As soon as I put Palkia on stream for the first time, I'm keeping it on stream. Like, I won't do any hunts for it offline. Which, all that means is I'll need to find a different hunt to do offline. Which, I mean, there's probably some 3DS hunts that I could do offline. Once I have it, of course. Actually, if I did them offline, I could probably do them on my other 3DS that I have. Because that would actually, maybe that would make more sense, because Ultra Moon has so many hunts I want to do right now. Type Null, Poipole, all the Ultra Bees, specifically Guzzlord, several legendaries. And then that brings up another thing that, like, I'm gonna eventually want to get some more 3DS games or DS games. For more shinies. But specifically, the two that I'm eyeing the most are Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Ultra Sun, because I have Ultra Moon. But one of the legendaries I want to hunt is Kyurem, and you can't unlock Kyurem as a legendary until unless you have Zekrom and Reshiram in your party. And obviously, I'm not catching any of these legendaries until they shine. So, I would then have to get shiny Zekrom and shiny Reshiram before I could then hunt shiny Zekrom. But the good news about all of this is I will have content for a long time. I've got this on going right now. I don't even have my 3DS yet. But like, I'm not even going to start Ultra Wormhole hunts until I don't know if I should start with Ultra Wormhole hunts or start with the soft resets, because I guess any of the soft resets that I'm thinking of in Ultra Sun and Moon that aren't in the Ultra Wormhole, I could go back to later. Like, it's kind of like this kind of hunt, where I can be in the area and do the hunt, but if I wanted to leave and hunt something else, I can do that. It doesn't, like, because the game, what a lot of people feel like is, as you do more encounters, your chance for a shiny increases. And while that's kind of true, it's also technically not, as most people know. Like, yeah, it's true that you're more likely to get a shiny if you've encountered more Pokemon, because you just have more chances. But at no point do the odds ever go over 1 in 4,096. Like, let me see if I remember how to do the calculation. Do I remember how to do this? I believe it's, if you do 1 open parentheses 1 minus open parentheses 4,095 divided by 4,096, close parentheses, and then raise that to the 4,096th power. Yeah, I did it right. That equation is basically saying what is the probability that you get a shiny in 4,096 counters if you're working with 1 in 4,096 odds. And if you don't know, the odds are about 63%. So when you hit odds, you only have a 2/3 chance of having found a shiny by then. So a lot of people think if they go over odds that they're like this is insane, this is ridiculous, how the heck is this happening? But realistically, you have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting odds, more or less. Obviously, it's not actually that simple, it's just probability. Wait, you mean to tell me shiny hunting has luck involved? Oh my god. Also 400 encounters, let's go. Started at 150 and we're not even 2 hours into stream. Let's go. That's 250 encounters in an hour and 40 minutes. That's not even counting the yapping I did at the beginning. So we can we're definitely almost certainly gonna hit 600 at least today. Maybe 700. No, because like no, because that would mean a 4-hour stream, which I guess I could do. No, nothing's stopping me. Perhaps. While I'm running around, I'm gonna see if my job has paid me yet. Imagine if I get the shiny right here. That would have been so cool. Imagine the clip, right? Gotta think like a content creator at all times. Oh my god, my job actually paid me. Okay. I actually didn't think it would be until at least tomorrow. Ain't that fun? Okay. As soon as stream's over, I'm making a financially irresponsible choice. And I am not going to regret it in the slightest. And I mean that. Like, yeah, is it smart? No. But am I going to be one happy camper? Absolutely, yes. Because I'm going to buy it tonight. They say they ship out within 24 hours of the purchase. So it'll be shipped out by tomorrow. And then from there it says it takes 2 to 4 days to arrive. So, even if it takes the maximum amount of days, if it ships out tomorrow, what's that, October 3rd? Then if it takes till the 7th, that's Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. I don't think I was planning on going live Monday anyway. Now, if it could get here by like Sunday, or better yet, Saturday, that would be really cool. But I should probably plan for the latest possible arrival date. So, you know, as to not be disappointed and rather pleasantly surprised. But I'm pleasantly surprised I got paid. Also, the exact number in my bank account was 458. I'm just going to point out that we haven't yet hit 458. Is that a sign that something special is going to happen at 458 encounters? I mean, I don't know if I believe in signs from the universe, but what if? Well, I'm really loving this Lucky Chops I got going in the background. Jam. For those of you who don't know, I actually played the trombone. It's right here. It's my bass trombone. I've played since 6th grade, so it's been a long time for me. I haven't picked it up in a while, though. It's been probably too long. I should really pick it up and, like, reacquaint myself. I'm probably so bad at this point. I think the last time I played it was March, maybe? Maybe March. It was when I was in the show band at my college. We played at basketball games. So whenever the last basketball game was the last time I played my horn. Probably March. So that's anywhere from 7 to 8 months since I played my horn. Okay, that's actually way longer than I was expecting when I was talking about it. Okay, no, that is a while. Maybe I should pick up the horn again. I love Has Been Hotel. I don't like hitting my mic. I'm wondering if I have a 4-hour stream in me. Hey, Ikaria, welcome in. Congrats on your Slack Off. Love Slack Off. The lazy guy. Impossible to find in Scarlet and Violet. Not actually, but it feels like it. How are you doing? I hope you're doing incredibly. What's going on? We have made actually pretty good progress on the hunt so far. We started at 150 today, and we're not even 2 hours into stream. So, I mean, feeling pretty good right now. Oh, it's time. I can almost certainly do another shiny check by this point. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm being yelled at by myself. I am yelling at me. Thanks, I'm feeling pretty good. Hope you're doing well. I am doing pretty well. Obviously I'd be doing better with a shiny, but I actually am doing even better now, like updated recently. Because just a few moments ago I checked and my work finally paid me. Not that they needed to pay me today. It was a weird situation. I talked more about it earlier, but basically I had expected them to pay me on Friday. 2 weeks ago they paid me on Wednesday. So I was kind of expecting it today, but then it hadn't happened yet, but then it just did. And the reason that's exciting is because I'm going to get a capture card of 3DS. And I was waiting until I got paid to do that. So now I've been paid, so now I can do that. And I am just so incredibly excited. I have so many plans for it. You guys have no idea. You are not ready for the shiny hunting era that is about to begin. Things are about to go nutty. But Ikaria, I'm really glad you're doing well. I'm so sorry. If I ever put funny number. If I ever put a nickname in for you, Twitch reset them. So if you're comfortable and you want to drop your preferred name and pronouns so I can refer to you how you wish to be referred to. Refer to you as you wish to be referred. That's the phrasing. Refer to you as you wish to be referred. Referred to as. If you're comfortable, you can drop your name and pronouns. I'll add it to your nickname. Words are not coming today. And I'll make sure I'm addressing you correctly. But if you're not comfortable, of course, then don't. Turning my fan on has helped my sweating a lot. It was bad earlier. Like, I'm still a little shiny right now. Little shiny on my forehead. But it was bad earlier. And I think this shininess is more just I don't have a really good skincare routine at the moment, and my lighting isn't as good as it could be. 2 lights would be ideal. That way I could have them at a lower what is the measurement of light? Like the strength of light, is that a lumen? Pretty sure it's a lumen. That sounds correct. I could have them at a lower lumen and still illuminate myself as I need to. Oh dang, Elena, yeah, that's very close. 158? Very close. Well, you can call me Jana, and I'm using she, her pronouns. I appreciate you letting me know, Jana. Let me update that right now. I feel like I had that, and then Twitch has like decided that some of my nicknames for the people I've seen just don't get to exist anymore. Let me cook chat. Okay, I was gonna say, I don't know if I was crazy, but I swore I've seen Ikaria or Jana in Elmo's chat. I really thought I was imagining it. But no, okay, that makes more sense. Also, Elena, I don't know if you were lurking and heard me when I said it, but I got paid, and so I'll be making the poor financial decision as soon as stream ends. Also, I'm clocking in for my suffering. Oh, let's go. We got it's a parallel suffering. You gotta love that. It is very slight. I'm super excited. Hey, Jana, thank you for the shiny luck. I appreciate that a ton. You know, Sorry, saying with the paternal units, but I'm here. No. To be clear, I was not like saying you better have been you better have been in my stream the whole time and listening. No, I'm pretty sure perfect example. I'm pretty sure earlier in your stream when I said I was lurking and I also said I will be actively listening. I'm pretty sure like 2 minutes later, I left the room to go make and eat my lunch. So I came back, but I had to eat and I was eating out in the kitchen. Stream sure was playing, I just wasn't in the room. Hey, I appreciate you having the tab open, of course. Obviously that you never have to chat or be actively listening. I appreciate you just having the tab open. It means a lot. I know I'm not partner pushing, but still is nice to have that view count. It means a lot. We have been cooking through encounters today. I think it's just because the rate of Palkia resets has kind of jaded me. Since each reset takes a minute. We haven't even been live for 2 hours, not counting the time I was talking at the beginning. And we've almost done 300 encounters, which is crazy. First step towards partner pushing though? Yeah, I see, half joking, because like, one, I'm nowhere near partner pushing, obviously. But also, you're not wrong. In order to get closer to in order to get closer to the point where I can partner push, I need to, every view counts, right? Got to get that average viewership up. Jana redeemed random Pokemon fact. Okay. I know the last couple I've done have been about abilities that have effect outside of battle. Similar to the fact that Harvest, I'm not using this as my fact, to be clear, because I've already used it. But like the reason we're getting so many grass type encounters during this hunt is because the lead Pokemon in my party, Stump, has the ability Harvest, which starting in Gen 8 makes it so grass type Pokemon are more likely to show up. There are a lot of other Pokemon abilities that have an outside of battle effect. I'll just list a few. Illuminate, which I think is exclusive to Volbeat and Illumise, but I could be wrong. No, it's also on the Chinchou line. But that increases how many wild Pokemon you encounter if it's at in front of your party. And also, I guess this probably goes better with Harvest, right? Harvest is an ability that increases the amount of grass types you encounter, but it's not the only one of its variety. Oh my god, fly just flew directly in my eye. Okay, thanks for that. Hated that. Anyway, the Flash Fire ability, if you have a Pokemon with that at the front of your party, it will increase fire type encounters. If you have a Pokemon with Static or Magnet Pull, that will increase the amount of steel types you encounter. And if you have a Pokemon with the ability Volt Absorb in the front of your party, it will increase the amount of electric types you encounter. Now, obviously, in most casual playthroughs, this means nothing. Like, there's no reason for this. But when you're shiny hunting, as I am, and I'm going for Phantump, any way of increasing the amount of Phantump I see is good. Now, fortunately, Shiinotic is also here, is also a grass type. We're living with it. But Phantump is our target. But there's your random Pokemon fact. A couple more Pokemon abilities that impact the type of Pokemon you encounter in the wild. I hope you learned something new. I hope that wasn't something you already knew. I always add a disclaimer that I'm going to give you a fact, but there's no guarantees that you won't already know it. I'm not going to dig through my bag of facts until I find something that the person who redeemed it doesn't know. Because then imagine if, like, I don't know. I was going to try and name someone that would come into my stream and redeem random Pokemon fact, but then I blanked. You know what? I'm considering adding Galarian Ponyta to this little slideshow. Because it's not boosted by Phantom's Harvest, but like, if I phase, That's what I want to phase on. But Shiny Galarian Ponyta is so good. I did learn something new. Thank you. So interesting. I'm glad you learned something new. I try my best to pick facts that aren't just like gimmies, because even though I don't guarantee that you don't already know them, I want to pick a fact that there's a good chance people don't know. I could just say, you know that move, you know that ability Water Absorb? When you get hit by a water type move, it heals you. I'm not gonna do that. I want the Ponyta so bad. Me too. I did a Masuda hunt for it years ago and then just gave up on it. I want the shiny. Oh, I'm adding it to the slideshow. How do you do the slideshow? You can DM me if it's wrong to explain. It's actually extremely easy to explain live. I DM'd Kat about it because I thought it was going to be some weird thing. It's as simple as going into OBS, selecting the slideshow source, and then you can put in as many images as you want. And you can explain, and then you can put in how long each image is up there and how quickly it fades between the two. I know, I DM'd Kat this, and I was like, I'm so sorry, that is so intuitive. I'm sorry for wasting your time. And just like you didn't waste my time just now, she told me that I didn't waste her time at all. No, it's totally fine. Like, it's not really something that you think of right away. It feels like something that's harder to do than it is. And even as I opened it prior to stream, I was like, am I about to like waste a lot of time and be late to stream because this is harder to do than I think it is? But no, it's super well set up. OBS never has built-in things. Exactly. So that's again, you're not small brain. Who in their right mind would think that OBS has a built-in tool that is actually useful? I wouldn't. I didn't, and I don't think I ever will. Anyway, Shiny Galarian Ponyta GIF. I just want the standard. Thank you. Yeah, that is it. Okay, cool. Save image. Pictures. Shiny G Ponyta. Okay, I think I did it. I think we're good. Oh my god, Jamie, hello! Welcome in. Thank you for redeeming your daily partner Pokemon, getting Ampharos. Heck yeah. Love that for you. And thank you so much for being here. How are you doing? Thank you for the shout out for Jamie as well, Elena. If anyone, Jamie, because I am small brain and have still not set up the auto shout outs for the new wave of pine cones, Jamie is a pine cone with me and Elmo. And you should absolutely go follow her. She's an incredible person. Had a kid recently. So she's just like automatically the best ever, I think. I think that's how it works. I think that just means you're actually just the best. Right? I think so. Thanks for the shouty. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. I am having a good Wednesday, Jamie. I thank you. You deserve it. But yeah, it is a good Wednesday because I actually only recently saw that my paycheck went through and got deposited into my account. So I have a very impulsive but very exciting purchase that I will be making as soon as I'm done with stream. Oh, and I didn't check, but I'm assuming the slideshow is working correctly. Show me Ponyta. Such a good shiny. I want it. But it's not the target of this particular hunt. Phantom is the target. This little guy. What you buying? It is a capture carded 3DS. So basically, as soon as I have it in my possession, and it's here, I can, these shiny hunting streams, will be this, what you're currently seeing, a big full screen hunt. And then like maybe up in the top right corner, I'm gonna add a 3DS screen, and it'll have whatever I'm playing on the 3DS at that moment. Bro, I should change the Villager Hunt Dreamies to slideshow and take less screen space. Oh, absolutely you should. Wait, that's so perfect. Instead of just lining up like 5 villagers at the bottom of the screen, you can just have them slideshow through. That's so good. Also, an ad is going to start here in a bit. I'll try and give you guys a little more heads up. Actually, I'll just go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and run it. Rest assured, we're probably not gonna get a shiny in the next 3 minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and run the ad. I will see you guys. Actually, I'll answer this first because I did see it before I clicked the button. Probably the most asked question, but what is your absolute favorite Pokemon? Asked a lot fewer. Asked a lot less than you might think. It is Meowstic, specifically female Meowstic. I like the male too, though. And then Tinkaton is like right there. Like it's almost a tie. And if anything happened to make me a little more mad at Meowstic or love Tinkaton a little more, it would be a tie, and Tinkaton might even take the top slot. That's how close they are. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and start the ad. I would really appreciate you guys sitting through it. It helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in just a couple minutes. If I find a shiny, I promise I won't catch it until you guys are back. Love Tinkaton is so great. Literally game changers. You've really been helping me with my villager hunt setup this week. Well, this, I know like I'm the one who gave you the answer for this one specifically, but I think the credit for the slideshow goes to Kat, I think. Because like this is the first stream where I had this set up because yesterday I DM'd Kat and was like, hey, how'd you do this? And she's like, it's a slideshow source. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm stupid. Have you found any shinies yet? I have not, Lost Tree, and honestly, it's ridiculous. I mentioned it earlier, but now that we're over 400, we have officially done more encounters for this hunt than we did for the Pumpkaboo hunt, and we got 2 shinies from the Pumpkaboo hunt. Which, again, that's not to say this hunt is taking long, just a testament to how insanely short the other one was. I don't like the way the chef guy's looking at us. I haven't noticed him this whole time. But he's just kind of looking at us. Watching us run around. Just with his ladle out. How do I open how do I do the camera thing on the Switch where I can like zoom in? I don't know how. I want to zoom in on him, but I don't know how. Meh. I'll learn at some point. Yo, I still have the page open. I still have the page open, the Google Images from when I was grabbing the GIF of Shiny Ponyta. Do I even want to see this? There's quite an image on my stream. I mean, on my screen. It's just Galarian Ponyta showing its butt. It's really weird. Not quite like inappropriate, but just strange. What was your longest shiny hunt? Ooh, so unfortunately this won't be a number because my longest shiny hunt time-wise was in Scarlet and Violet, so I wasn't keeping track of encounters. But I guess it is probably, as I'm coming back and I have a couple new friends and a couple new viewers, once this ad ends, I will tell the story. Because I want to make sure everyone's back from the ads before I tell this story again. So there are people in this chat, the one I know has heard it so many times and it was actually there for it, was Elena. So she's going to have heard this story dozens of times by this point. But now, I shall regale you all. Oh, hey, what's going on, Sophie? Thanks for coming by. Who did we catch? No one yet. But if you look above me, it's cycling through the 3 shinies we want. I'm doing well. How are you doing? No one leaves. Don't leave. I swear, maybe if you stay, we'll find the shiny and then we'll catch it. Just saying. Yeah, but I'm doing pretty well. I was just about to regale everyone with the one of the longest shiny hunts I've ever done. I'll be your good luck charm then. I need it. I mean, honestly, even if we got it this stream, that would be insane. So that's just that. Ooh, got a Mawile as your partner Pokemon. I was gonna say underrated, but it's cute, yeah, for sure. Its Mega is incredible. So anyway, Jana asked me what my longest shiny hunt was. So I'm going to take you all back to November of 2022. This is when Scarlet and Violet came out. Coincidentally, it is also around the same time that I joined the lovely Elena Monsters community. Yes, this is story time. Gather round, children, it's story time. So when I was shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet when it first came out, I didn't want to use outbreaks. As I'm sure you can tell by the fact that I'm doing a full odds hunt right now, I like keeping odds as low as possible. So I was like, I got the shiny charm because I just wanted to complete the deck, so it's just something I want to do. So I got the shiny charm, and then I was like, that's as much as I want to boost these odds. So whenever I wanted to go for a shiny, I would make an encounter level 2 sandwich to boost it, the type of that shiny, and then just run around until one shined. And this sounds like a bad strategy, cause it is. But I was getting a lot of shinies. Like with this method, by early to mid December, I had a box and a half of shinies, which is, for those of you who don't have the exact number of Pokemon that can fit in a box committed to memory, it's 30. So that results in about 40 to 45 shinies. So I had that many shinies based off this, so this method was working for me. The longest hunt within those 45, I think, was like, it took me like a day or two, maybe 3. 3 days of opening the game and running around before the shiny showed up. That was like the longest. And one day I'm like, okay, well, Cloth. This rock crab has a bright blue shiny. Super noticeable, literally no chance I miss it. So we're gonna go for it. It might take a second, but there's at least a spot that I know Cloth spawns. The one drawback was that the reason the encounter sandwich method has worked so well up to this point is because it works really well when the Pokemon you're trying to encounter is the only Pokemon of that type in that area. So if the only fire type that can spawn in a given area is Charcadet, if you make an encounter fire sandwich, then you're going to get a lot of Charcadet because that's the only Pokemon getting boosted by it. In this particular area, there were several rock types, mainly Cloth and Knackley. So that's the context. So I go in and I start my hunt. I don't get anything for the first couple days, and instantly I'm like, okay, this hunt is gonna take a while. But then I find a shiny, but it's a shiny Shinx. Now, shiny Shinx ain't a bad shiny. You know, we all know shiny Shinx. Bright yellow, great shiny. So I catch it because I'm going for my shiny living dex. I need the shiny. And I move on. I keep running around. Then I find a shiny Knackley. Okay, that's to be expected. It's a rock type. It's also boosted by the sandwich. And it shows up a lot more often than Cloth. That was the shiny I was expecting to get a ton of. Then I get another shiny Shinx. Then I get another one. Now I have 3. It's like, okay, that's enough for my living decks. Cool. Little surprised I got 3 shiny Shinx before I got shiny Cloth. Well, I mean, I needed them, so no harm, no foul. So I keep hunting. And I get another shiny Shinx. Then I get another shiny Knackley. Then another shiny Shinx. Now, I don't remember the exact order of all the encounters exactly. But what you need to know is that on, if I remember correctly, January 6th or 7th, maybe the 5th, one of those days, it's in my friend's Google Calendar. So she knows it better than I do. On one of those days, I was helping a couple of my friends in Elena's VC, Elena's Discord VC, because I had finished the Pokedex and they had not. So I was breeding a couple of Pokemon that I had so I could hatch them and trade them those Pokemon. You know, we were helping each other with decks. In this VC, I find the shiny Cloth. As an egg is hatching, because I'm hatching an egg to go trade to my friend. As the camera like sweeps around to get the front angle on the egg, from the very back, like on the edge of what can spawn, I see the blue crab, and we've never popped off harder to this day. That's actually true. Like, as a group. And what's even crazier is that was the group in the VC was myself, Elmo, and then 2 of our friends, Dubs and Brooke. Now, at this point, Dubs and Brooke are 2 of my closest friends I've made on Discord ever. But at that point, that was my first time ever speaking to Dubs or Brooke, which I just find very funny. So I find it, and I'm freaking out. I am so excited that I finally found this, and I do catch it. My cough is not liking this story, apparently. And it's great. It's a great day. I'm released from the hunt. At that point, I caught a lot of shinies that have just shown up, including 1 shiny Stantler, 1 shiny Charcadet, I believe 2 shiny Yungoos, 6 shiny Knackley, and 10 shiny Shinx. Now, like I said, shiny Shinx is a good shiny. I have never and will never say that it is a bad shiny in and of itself. But what always happened was that, so as you can imagine, when I was getting kind of sick of this hunt, because this was about a month later. If I opened Pokemon Violet, it was so I could sit there and run in the same path that I've been running for the whole month and just look at crabs. Like, that's literally all I was doing whenever I opened the game, and I was getting a little sick of it. All I wanted to do was be done. But whenever I would reach that low mental point, and I played this game every day, so this wasn't like I opened the game once a week for a month and I only opened it 4 times. No, it was a daily occurrence. So whenever I was at my lowest mental point and I was like, I am so sick of this hunt, I just want it to be over. I just want to find this crab so I can hunt something else. That is always when the shiny Shinx would show up. It was never when I was in a good mood and looking forward to shiny hunting. It was always at my lowest mental point that I decided to show up, not even boosted by the sandwich. Shinx should not be spawning that much, and it's not spawning that much. It just kept showing up shiny. It was ridiculous, and I started to hate seeing shiny Shinx on my screen. To this day, shiny Shinx is now my least favorite shiny Pokemon. And specifically shiny Shinx is my second least favorite Pokemon of all time. Story time over. I'm sorry that was a lot. But yeah, that's the story of my longest shiny hunt. We now refer to that day, January, whether it was 5th or 6th or 7th, I don't remember which one, but we now refer to that day as the Clofening. Because that was a historic day, January 6th. Okay, I wasn't sure, but as an American, that's very funny. It was my brother's birthday? Oh, even easier to remember then. And I definitely won't remember now because like it is very funny that that happened to happen on January 6th. That's something. What were they thinking when they designed Morgrim? You know, that's a good point. I mean, I don't dislike Morgrim. I guess it's maybe it was supposed to be like emo kid, like teenager phase. No, but they did that with Drizzile. I mean, I guess they could have done it multiple times. I like Grimmsnarl though. Grimmsnarl, but I only like Grimmsnarl because A, it's good competitively, and B, it's a fairy type that isn't cute, which before Grimmsnarl we were sorely lacking. Pretty much every fairy type that existed up to that point was cute or pretty. And while that's fine, I like that we now have a few fairy types that do not fit that mold. Completely understandable. Yeah. Janet, yeah, it's quite a day for it to fall on, but it's over now. Except it's not really over because every time Shinx pops up, either I see it and I get mad, or my friends see it and like oh, it wasn't it Kess? I think my friend Kess found a shiny Shinx and named it after me. I'm so glad I can be of inspiration to my friends. And I still remember how I found that out too, because they sent a picture of their shinies in Elena's server, but I just saw the notification. I didn't see the pictures yet. And they listed out the names of their shinies. And I saw that they named one Sky. And I saw that and I knew that there was about to be a shiny Shinx on my screen. And I was right. Just found a shiny low kicks. Let's go. That's a good shiny. So that's the yellow one. Yeah, it's yellow, same as Nimble. Maybe the shiny isn't as good as I was making it seem. It's not bad, and I like low kicks. Okay, so this is what Sophie was mentioning. Morgrim. It is a weird design. No, yeah, like Grimmsnarl I will always like because it's a not cute fairy type. But this one is a little weird. He looks like he plays League of Legends. Like way too much. You know, like the one that has clocked like 5,000 hours on the League of Legends. That's what Morgrim gives. He gives 32 and still lives in his mom's basement. Yes, you guys, you are comedic geniuses. Yes, it's very, very funny. I always laugh. But I'm always scared now when I open Legends Arceus because Shinx is so common in that game, especially in the early areas. And I just am perpetually worried that it's going to show up shiny. A burning Shinx emote, a burning shiny Shinx emote would be appropriate. It would. I have a couple emote ideas, but I'm gonna do them one at a time because I'm already about to make a poor financial decision, and since I am not an artiste, I have to commission one of my artist friends to make them for me, and I have several that I could go to. But I already, the next one on the dock, on the dock. The next one on deck to get an emote is this little guy. that I still don't know what to name him. But I have a notes folder. I keep notes about the important things. So I have a couple possible names for this little guy. What I've decided is I want him to still be Agent P, but the P is not standing for Perry. The P is going to stand for something else. So here's what I've got. I've got Pringles, Patches, Patrick, Pretzel, and Pudge. I like all of them. So if y'all have an opinion on out of those, I'll hear them. Name him Dave the Magical Cheese Wizard. Perfect. Because that absolutely starts with P too. I love it. Hey guys, it's been a while. How you been? Hey Zach, what's up? What's going on? Oh, your nickname saved. No one else's nickname saved. Oh, but I've been good. How have you been doing, Zach? I like Pringle. Whoever came up with that is brilliant. But see, it is a really good name. It's why it's still on there. I love Pretzel. I also, yeah, I like Pretzel too. I think my three favorite of the ones I just said were Pringles, Pretzel, and Pudge. So I would say those are probably the three I would be deciding between. I've been good. I've been good too. Took a break from Pokemon, but just got back in. Nice. I took a break from streaming. But I'm glad to see you back into Pokemon. I never stopped playing Pokemon because I am obsessed. Yeah, that's the whole reason. I am obsessed. God, we have been ripping through encounters today. If we get to 600, that means we did almost 500 encounters today. I took a break, period. I mean, yeah. I mean, at one point, didn't you fully break up with Pokemon? Yeah, you did because of the BBQ stuff. You fully broke up because with Pokemon for a bit because of that game, which I don't blame you. That was not cool. Good to take a break every now and then. Oh yeah, absolutely it is. I just wish my breaks were more like planned. Like I'm like, okay, I realize that I need a break. I'm going to announce I'm taking a break. How it usually happens with me is I just realize I need a break and then fall off the face of the earth. Not the best way to do it. Do as I say, not as I do. The Pokemon were not on speaking terms for months. Like when it initially happened, I thought it was going to be like a joke for a week and then we get back to it. But no, you were committed to like that. This pissed me off, and like again, I totally get it. I was a little surprised that it actually went for months after the fact. I was so seriously upset. I don't blame you in the slightest. That is, like, we spent how long grinding up all those points? Like, obviously I don't know the exact amount, but like several hours at least. And it's just gone. I still enjoy Gen 8. I know a lot of people don't like Gen 8, but this is one of my favorite gens. Same. Like, the games, like, the story is okay. It's not the strongest ever done. But the roster is incredible. It visually is also incredible. I like Gen 8 a lot. There's 3 hours of the most tedious grinding. Grinding blueberry points is one of the worst kinds of grinding Pokemon has ever brought about. Without a doubt. Lots of cool Pokemon in this gen. True, like Appleton and Galarian Ponyta. But Appleton especially. I love that little guy. I hate coughing. Not the Pokemon. The act of coughing. But yeah, on the topic of blueberry point grinding, if you recall, Elena, if anyone, I don't think I've ever talked about this on stream. When the DLC for Scarlet and Violet came out, Wave 2, the Indigo Disc, when that came out, I sat down and I said, I am playing this DLC for 24 hours straight. Now, it ended up being more like 26 because I felt kind of nauseous at one point and had to take a 2-hour nap, but the timer kept going that I had set. So I went for 26 hours. So I still played for 24. And I grinded up to 30,000, which is the amount of barbecue points you need. You know, 30,000 wasn't what I needed. No, I grinded up to 12,000. 30,000 is what I currently have. I grinded up to 12,000 barbecue points, which is what I needed to unlock all the starters completely solo. Because while I was doing it, it was 2 a.m. No one is up. Like I wasn't, and also I didn't even know you could grind for blueberry points together. At that point, I still just thought like it would make no difference. After the fact, I realized that if you union circle, you can grind a lot faster, and then I felt like a buffoon. Just like Gen 7 and Gen 8, we no longer need to use HM moves. Oh my god, yeah. No more HMs. Such a blessing. And like they were back in BDSP, but they still kept it where they basically weren't, because you just unlocked them and wild Pokemon did it for you. It was great. You were so wild for that. Yeah. As soon as we get and if you think I'm not doing it again for Legend ZA, you're wrong. Like, it won't be a 24-hour stream. I'll just be up for 24 hours on my free time. But as soon as we get a release date, I'm asking off work. Like, yeah, no, I'm doing it. I'm going to do it again. I want to do it for every mainline release here on out. 24 straight hours of just playing the game. Speaking of new Pokemon game, it's going to feel great using Megas again. Well, technically, we don't know for sure about new Megas. It feels like it must happen. Because, like, why bring Mega Evolution back if you're not going to give us new Mega Evolutions? So, I mean, it almost certainly will, but we technically don't have confirmation yet. But regardless, I agree. Mega Evolution was such a fun gimmick. My main gripe with it is that it wasn't used the way I feel it should have been. Now, obviously, when I say something like that, I'm not a game dev. I don't do this for a living. This is from an outsider's perspective. BRB, no worries, Elena. But from my perspective, if you're gonna make something like Mega Evolution, where you are making Pokemon significantly stronger and more viable, I don't think you should be giving that kind of help to Pokemon that already are exceeding in the competitive sense. Garchomp, Salamence, Rayquaza, the Latis, like all the legendaries and pseudo legends that got megas or anything like that, or even the ones that weren't megas that were just really strong. Like these Pokemon, like Gengar. I guess actually Gengar wasn't as strong without the mega. Never mind. Mega Gengar was really good though. Point is, the megas that I feel were done well were the megas that were given to Pokemon that weren't really good before them. Sableye, Mawile, Kangaskhan, Glalie. Like, I'm not saying all these megas were like incredible. I'm just saying those are the kinds of Pokemon that I would expect to be getting the megas. Make Pokemon that aren't that great better. That's how I feel about it. So that's what I'm worried about in ZA. Is, yeah, they're almost certainly going to add new megas, yeah. But as someone who is in the active, at least a little bit, in the competitive scene, and as someone who's also aware there is a very real chance that Litten is one of the starters in ZA, I will scream it from the rooftops. We do not need a Mega Incineroar. Okay? Game Freak, you listening? Incineroar is already far and away the best Pokemon in the competitive scene, without even a shadow of a doubt. So we do not need a more powerful version of the best competitive Pokemon ever designed. Look, I don't dislike Incineroar from a design point of view as a Pokemon. It's fine. I don't have any strong feelings about it. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not a bad design. But from a competitive standpoint, it is disgustingly good. And I'm just like, if you give us a Mega, like, yeah, luckily, since it would be a Mega and it's in a Legends game, it probably won't ever be viable and competitive. But I don't want to take that risk. Because what if this is their way of reintroducing Mega Evolution and then Gen 10 has Megas? Like, again, I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's very possible that that doesn't happen that way. I'm just saying we don't need a Mega Incineroar. Unless they make it very clear it will never be legal in competitive format, then go ahead. Give us a cool little new Mega Incineroar. That'd be fun. But outside of that, my point being that Pokemon that were struggling should get Megas. Welcome back. So, like, this is... I'm also partially biased because it's my favorite Pokemon. But it's also a legitimately good example. Like Meowstic. Again, I am slightly biased, but it is also a Pokemon that is, like, okay, but could use a buff. A really good candidate for a Mega Evolution. Or... what's another? Clawitzer. Clawitzer is a really good candidate for a Mega. Same with Dragalge. These Pokemon are good, but not great. I think these would be great to get Megas. The exact wrong kind of Pokemon to give a Mega to would be something like Aegislash. Now, I don't even know if a Mega would work with Aegislash, because its whole thing is that its ability helps it, you know, be... like, its whole thing is the signature move changing its stance, and that is required to have its ability to do that. But if that game, that is not the Pokemon. That is not the Pokemon to give a Mega to. I promise you that. Here, let me look at the Gen 6 decks. Let me look at some of these Pokemon that I think would be good candidates for a Mega Evolution. I mean, obviously the starters. I feel pretty confident that if we get new Megas, the starters will get Megas. I feel like that's almost certain. Anyway, other good candidates for a Mega. I already touched on Meowstic, Furfrou, or Go-Goat. Furfrou and Go-Goat. Oh, I am not married at all to the idea. I can turn it down. Is that better? I turned it down significantly. Yeah, I'm sorry. From on my end, it wasn't conflicting a ton. Sorry about that. Anyway, back to Pokemon that I think deserve a Mega. Go-Goat and Furfrou, I think, are great candidates. Ignore Aegislash. You do not need a Mega. Okay, not really a Pokemon that needs a Mega, but try to tell me Mega Aurorus wouldn't go so hard. Like, that would go crazy. Hawlucha, that could be a fun mega. You know, there's really not a ton. Mainly because the Kalos Dex is so shallow. There's like, I think 70 Pokemon in it? 76 might be the exact number. I think because they added so many megas, they limited how many actual new Pokemon they added. Yeah, it starts at 650, ends at 721. That's what? That's 650 plus 70 is 720. Oh, never mind. There's 71 Pokemon. Yeah, 71. That's not a lot. That was such a weird experience. I just had to hold in my cough because I tried to mute my mic and it wasn't muting. So I had to like tap it 7 times while I just had a cough sitting in my throat. Also, I talked about this I'm pretty sure literally last stream, but Gen 6 just has some amazing shiny Pokemon. Like, my goodness. The shiny hunting in Legend ZA is gonna go so hard. My God, I cannot wait for these games. You're not going to be in the games. It's fine. We can live with that. Pokemon that spam protect and just delay the battle from ending having... I know you're definitely in a Swordward and Shieldbird battle right now, and it's definitely Shieldbird's Pokemon that spam and protect. I hate those battles so much. I know, he sucks so bad. Because like, in doubles, Protect has a little more usage, but more often than not, in a playthrough, all Protect serves to do is make the battle take longer. Like I said, they can sometimes have a little bit of use in doubles. Obviously, it's a huge use in competitive, but a playthrough is not competitive, so that does not matter here. All it does is make the battle take so much longer. Like, just let it be, please. Just added 5 turns, my God. Shieldbird, just know that you've lost and move on, please. This is like, I said I like Gen 8, and I definitely told you this already, Elena, but I have never liked the post game. It's always just been a drag and an annoyance. I love when I have Has-Been Hotel that just comes on in the background. This show needs a season 2. I don't know if anyone in chat has watched Has-Been Hotel, but this show needs a season 2 so bad. It's gonna get one. It's already confirmed that's happening. But it needs one sooner. I keep thinking I'm done and just keeps going. I know, and they also, like, 3 Pokemon each, and then you're also spamming Protect on each one? Really? And I forget, do they force you to battle with Hop? I'm pretty sure they do, right? So you can't even use 2 of your own Pokemon. You have to deal with Hop using his Dub Wool against a team of Steel types. Just using Body Slam and doing no damage every time. It's so frustrating. Hop, when I catch you. When I catch you, Hop. Genuinely, what I did after my first couple playthroughs, I got so frustrated that I would kill Hop's Pokemon until he brought out something useful. Like, I would target down his Pokemon until he sent something out that could help in the battle. You did too? Let's go! Oh, great minds. Oh my god. Hop, like, his double isn't a bad Pokemon. It's bulky and it, like, it can hit okay, like a decent amount of, like, decently hard. The problem is he will always lead with it, and the Chairman Rose stuff and then the post game has just non-stop Steel types. Your double with Body Slam is not helping us. Getting Teleon in a snipe shot out here? Seriously, bring him out right now. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I do like Hop as a character though. Now, is he pitifully easy to beat? Actually, you know what? No. No, he's not. He is for a while. I think for the first, like, 6 badges, he's really easy to beat every time. But as soon as that guy brings out his Snorlax, I do tend to struggle. Because it takes hits so well, and then it uses Body Slam to spread paralysis and just do a ton of damage. Uses Stockpile to put its bulk up, and then it has Swallow to heal, and then Heavy Slam. Like, if you don't have a fighting type move, you're going to, at least I guess I can't say everyone, but for me, if I didn't have a fighting type move on my team, I was going to struggle against that Snorlax. And I know that for a fact because I recently fought it with the Soul Link I did with Elena. And I had like a dedicated plan for it because I didn't have a fighting type move. So I had to frame my whole battle plan around beating the Snorlax. Elena was fine. She had a Toxicroak. Yeah, anyway, but what I was actually saying about Hop is that I do like the story arc he went on, and that you can actually see the arc in his team. Like, he was just along for the ride, having a great time, just, you know, he felt great about himself. Then Bede knocks him down one too many times, and he gets beaten badly. So then he starts questioning everything, and he starts switching up his team. It's when he brings in Pokemon like the Cramorant, Trevenant, Heatmore, Toxel, Pokemon that only appear for one battle. And then, like, it's a really good arc because he keeps losing, he keeps feeling like he is just not in the right headspace. In the same time, every time you get to a gym, Hop is already there saying that he lost. He lost to the Ice Gym before you. He struggled against Pierce and Raihan, but eventually his team goes back to the one that he started with his Dubwool and his Corviknight. But he also still keeps some of the Pokemon he found along the way, like the Snorlax. I just think it's a really nice story, and that's why I like both Hop and Nemona, because both of them aren't just rivals for the sake of being rivals. They have a story that they follow. And I just think that's nice. I like when rivals aren't just empty shells for you to beat the crap out of, you know? So we're definitely hitting 600 today. That's nice. I just need to decide if I want to go for 4 hours or a little less. Because if we go for 4 hours, go for 4 hours, we could probably hit like maybe 800, which would be insane. given that we started at 150 today. I don't know. I'm not going to commit myself to any sort of length, but I do think I'm going to go a bit longer than 3 hours at least, because I've still got stamina. I haven't really commented on it because, you know, I'm not going to comment on every single encounter I see. But given that I'm leaving with Harvest, I have seen a pleasantly large amount of Galarian Ponyta, I feel. Which is good, because that makes me feel like if I phase, I might phase with that. And that would be so great. I would love that. Please. No, maybe right now, just while we're sitting here, I'm gonna check Pokemon Go. Do a quick shiny check on Pogo. Is Zamazenta shiny locked? Yep. Oh, my phone almost fell. Pretty much everything is shiny locked from Sword and Shield onwards. Actually, it's perfectly brought up Zamazenta as I open Pokemon Go, because the only legitimate way at this point to get a shiny Zamazenta will be in a few days. I think October 7th is when it starts, if I'm not mistaken. On October 7th, Pokemon Go is gonna be hosting Zamazenta raids. And because you realistically need to attempt multiple raids to have a chance to find a shiny, even though it's 1 in 20 odds, which is really good, you more than likely will need to have a lot of remote raid passes, which, you know, most people don't. And if you want to get more, that's real world money. So they basically just put shiny Zacian and Zamazenta behind a paywall. Like, if you live near a lot of Pokemon gyms and therefore are getting a lot of just natural chances to attempt a raid, then you're fine. It's going to be pretty much free for you. But I don't. Not only do I not live near many gyms, that's a drive to get to any of them, but I also, like, I don't have anyone near me physically to do raids with. So I have to, if I want to do these big raids, I have to wait for someone in Discord to ping me and be like, hey, I've got this raid. If you have a remote raid pass, come join me. And like, yeah, that's great, but I'm already out of remote raid passes, and I don't feel like spending money for a shiny. Feels like I'm buying the shiny. Like, it's one thing if you pay money for a game and then you hunt a Pokemon in the game. You're not paying for the shiny, you're paying for the game in that sense. But in this one, it's like, I'm paying to maybe find a shiny. I'm not doing that. I'm just not. If this is this the reason that they shiny locked Zacian and Zamazenta in Sword and Shield? Like, is this the whole reason? Because that's scummy. That's real scummy. There's still no legitimate way to get shiny Eternatus. And obviously there's no legitimate way to get any of the shinies in Scarlet and Violet, like the Treasures of Ruin or Koraidon or Miraidon. It is ridiculous. I can hope that, like, well, this is unrelated to Zacian and Zamazenta specifically, but when ZA comes out, I really hope that they add some mythicals specifically that we can shiny hunt. Because shiny legendaries are hard to get your hands on, yes, but at this point we do have methods to obtain them, right? Most of them are available in either DAs or Ultra Wormholes, or both. But mythicals, very few of them are shiny huntable. Most of them just got, like, available through BDSP. But even then, they still found a way to make it a little bit like, really? because Arceus I can still do, and anyone can do at any point. All you need for that is to complete the national dex, which in BDSP is really easy because you just have to see every Pokemon, not catch them. So it's really easy in BDSP. But in BDSP, I can do Arceus because all you need is a Legends Arceus save and completing the National Pokedex. Then you can go and counter Arceus. But in BDSP, theoretically, you could also Shiny Hunt Shaman and Darkrai. For the first time ever, you could Shiny Hunt them. Well, not the first time ever. For the first time in a long time, you could Shiny Hunt them. Except you could only get those items that you need to encounter them for a limited time. It was a limited time distribution. And if you missed it, too bad, so sad. And I'm just like, really? You proved that you can make it a permanent event. You literally did it with Arceus. Arceus in the same game can be encountered at any point. And you just didn't do the same for Shaman and Darkrai. Why? It is so frustrating because now it's pretty much impossible unless Pokemon keeps going for another like 3 or 4 generations, which honestly, every generation, it becomes more and more likely that this is where Pokemon is going to end. Like, obviously, once Pokemon ends, Pokemon content still isn't going anywhere. But at some point, Pokemon games will stop being made. Also, 600, let's go! At some point, Pokemon games will stop being made. So unless at some point prior to that moment, they make it possible to Shiny Hunt Darkrai and Shaman again, those are 2 shinies that I don't think I will ever have legitimately. And I only want to Shiny Hunt legitimate shinies. I'm not the kind of person, the kind of shiny hunter, and there are shiny hunters like this, really respectable shiny hunters, so no shade to them, to be clear. But me personally, I don't want to hunt something that I had to hack in, or that I had to hack in an item to make happen. I want to have been able to take any game I have and make it happen. Now, if someone like has a save file with like an item already on it that they got legitimately, that then I can then obtain somehow, that's one thing. That's legitimate. I can hunt that. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to, well, partially because I can't and I don't know how, because I'm not the smartest when it comes to tech. But I also just don't want to hack anything. Sounds like work. It sounds like work for something that is like, it sounds like work for an illegitimate shiny. A shiny that in my head isn't real. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm an elitist and never realized it. What would you use your Master Ball on in this game? Well, in future playthroughs, I used it on the box art legend. The only other thing I would use it on is a wild shiny that can kill itself. So like explode or self recoil damage. That's the only other thing I would save a Master Ball for. Although in this game, did I use my Master Ball in this game? I'm pretty sure I did. Oh, I didn't. I didn't use my Master Ball here. You're just gonna use it then? There you go. What did I catch my Zamazenta in then? Oh wait, oh wait, no, in this save file I have it on the post game. I've not done the post game on the save. Oh, would you look at that? I usually save them but then never use them. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. But also, I like having them but not needing them. I feel like I say this phrase so many times in like just my life in general. But I would rather need it, have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I really do say that phrase a lot because I pretty much live by it. Like, I would, if I have something, I don't want, like, I'd rather not need it than, like, if I need it, then great, there, fantastic, love it. Also, Elena, this is a random question, but yesterday I was watching some of my VODs back, and the quality wasn't great. Like, the whole stream looked kind of grainy. I can't tell that from OBS. Does it look okay for you? OBS is gonna look clear for me no matter what, because it's on my end. But I don't know if it's looking grainy or anything. I want it to be. I hope it's not. I have like 4 Master Balls and Scarlet from Dune's Shiny Hunt contest and stuff. The only one I use is for my Shiny Lapras. Fair. I think I have 5 Master Balls from the same stuff from Dune's Shiny Hunt contests. I still, to this day, because I never asked, but I probably could and should. I don't know how he got all those balls. Like, Master Balls specifically. I don't know how he did it. Then he also had all the Johto balls, all the apricot balls. Looks fine while you're live, but if you're streaming with low bitrate, it makes the VODs have compressed quality. Define low bitrate. Like, to be clear, you don't have to tell me what a bitrate is. Like, what would you quantify as low bitrate? Because I thought I was streaming at a good bitrate. Mine hovers anywhere around from around 6,000 to 6,500. Is that low? Because it could be low. I really don't know. I already mentioned I'm not tech savvy. I know nothing about like the rates or anything. Same range as mine, so I don't think that's your issue. I mean, good. I can look into it a bit after later. But if it looks fine while I'm live, that's great. And if it's the same range as yours, that means there's a separate issue, which I mean, good question mark. Yeah, I'm not going to stress about it then. Yeah, we all have issues. Yeah. I'm not going to stress on it. Just gonna, instead I'll stress about the shiny hunt. Much more manageable stress. I'm really fighting the urge to go live a lot more than I can realistically handle. Because I want to get the shiny. So I'm like, I'm gonna go live every day this week and like do 5 streams a week. And maybe someday I can do that. Not right now. I will burn myself out so quick. I need to ease back into this. Like right now, I'm pretty comfy at 3 streams a week. Don't do it, Chief. It's so exhausting. Oh, like again, if I do it, I'm not committing to this at any point. If I ever do that, it will be long on the future. Honestly, I don't see myself, as long as I can control myself, I don't see myself ever going over 4 days a week. And honestly, I want to stick to 3 for as long as possible, unless I just have a particular week that is really open. And then maybe I could squeeze 4 in. I'm really gonna have to control myself though, because like I'm gonna want to stream a lot in the coming week, since I'll have the capture card of 3DS, and I'm gonna be like, I want to use this, I want to do it. But I'll have to practice self-control. Me wanting to stream 7 days a week to speedrun my push. Yeah, I can only imagine, right? Also, out of sheer curiosity, have you looked at your stream summary for today yet? As someone who was sitting there and like watching everything. You have? So you saw that number? That was crazy. Like I obviously I wanted to say something, but equally obviously I wasn't going to. Yeah, like towards the end, it was like consistently at an insane number. Well, yeah, you got a huge raid, but no one, like, it didn't seem like many people left. It felt, it's from the numbers I was seeing, at least, like, maybe I missed something, but it felt like most of the raiders stayed, which is equally huge. Especially with the changes they said they made, with raids now, like, working towards partner push numbers. All I hear is W. Huge W. Very true. I'm super excited about everything today, as you dang well should be. You unlocked the, you officially unlocked the achievement, which is so cool. We knew it was coming because we just looked the other day. It was a 74.27. That doesn't change the fact that it's incredible that it finally happened. You got the freaking achievement, and you show no signs of slowing down, dude. This is going to be a consistent thing, and you're gonna get partner as soon as you possibly can. I have zero doubts in the world. You're doing so incredibly. Why is Pokemon Go yelling at me? Zacian hears the call of battle. Prove yourself during raid hour. No. I'm not gonna pay. Freaking Pokemon Go. It's a fun game, but that's ridiculous. I want to hit the apply button to see what the written part is, but also don't want to mess it up in case I can't cancel for any reason. Maybe you could, like, ask someone who's already partnered if they remember, or maybe someone who recently became partner, if they remember if there was a cancel button to back out of the application. That way, you know if it's safe. Also, is the written part same for everyone? If it's this, I could see it being different for everyone, but if it's the same for everyone, you could ask them what the written part was. Oh yeah, what? I'm asking you as you literally say you haven't opened it yet. Sometimes my brain no work. But yeah, this is it's very exciting for you. I'm very excited. So off stream, I have been for the past few days. Like I think I set out to do this. I set out to do this on Saturday, I want to say, and I've been working on it since. I am trying to. It feels good that it's taken this long now because I am trying to discern my true, with uncensored top 10 favorites. Because I thought about it and I was like, whenever I choose my top 10 through like the favorite Pokemon picker, it always like the bottom half always seems to be rotating. Top three or four are pretty much always there. Like Meowstic, Tinkaton, Shieldon, or Bastiodon. Those always end up at the top, and then everything else is kind of random. So I've been like, I've been glued to it, making sure I feel good about every single pick on my top 10. And once I have it, that's a shiny hunting list. So I don't know if I'm going to do it on stream or if it's going to be some sort of event. but I'm doing it and I'm making the list and it's gonna be great. I didn't even know there was more to the application till my partner friends told me. Yeah, I mean, obviously I haven't even looked into it myself at all, but I don't know what I thought the application process was, but I didn't think there was going to be a written part. I mean, I guess in my head I thought it was just you hit the requirements and then you just hit a button that sends in an application for you, and then they review your channel stats. I think that's what I thought it was more like. But I guess that wouldn't really be much of an application, right? I guess having a written portion to kind of evaluate you, I guess that makes a little more sense. I'm getting to the point where I can't sit comfortably. I definitely am. We're hitting 650. That's great. That means we did 500 encounters today. Which I don't know if that's like really good numbers, but for me it feels good. It means we'll hit odds pretty quickly. I really did also get inspired a little bit by Elena I Have Brewster recently with her. I don't know if any of you saw her stream recently, but she was shiny hunting Sinisty. And she's shiny hunting Pokemon that she thinks would stan Sabrina Carpenter. And that's so creative. I love that. So I asked if I could like borrow and alter that. Do I know how I'm going to alter it? No. But like I'm going to, because I don't care about, I'm not as big of a Sabrina Carpenter fan as Elena is. So I'm thinking maybe like Pokemon I think represent Marvel characters that I like. Could be. Or maybe Pokemon that could be Marvel characters' sidekicks. Probably something with Marvel. I'm obsessed with Marvel. As a viewer, I always thought that Twitch is just coming to you if you hit the goals. Wouldn't that make life so much easier? I mean, also, isn't that base? Okay, it's been a while. I know I'm not big, but it has been a while since I've hit affiliate. Isn't that? I was gonna say. I was about to say. Isn't that how affiliate happens? Like I just. Yeah, you just hit the requirements. You wait for Twitch to reach out to you, and then boom, you're affiliate. Woo! Yeah, obviously, if I ever apply to partner, it's gonna be years from now. And I'll talk a little bit about this. So because my first and biggest and like most of my closest friend group that I've made online is the friends I've made in the Elena Monster community, I kind of got a warped sense of the overall age of the community. Like, I'm not going to dox anyone's ages, but I'm going to say that a lot of people in the friend group I'm in are the same age, give or take, like, or really close to the same age. We're in the same phase of life. So I was like, okay, so clearly most people I'm going to meet that are similar in vibe to me are going to be the same age. It gave me that frame of reference. Then I went to TwitchCon, and it gave me the perspective of like, wow, I am baby. I am very baby. Like, most people I was meeting were I met a few people that were my age. I think a couple that were younger actually, but most were like 3-4 years older than me minimum. So that made me feel really good because, like, realistically, if I want to hit Twitch partner, it's going to take a year or two to even get up to the point where I can push. But that just means I'll be at the point that several other people are at age-wise that I currently admire. So it just made me feel, it gave me the better perspective and just made me feel better about everything, about where I am. To be clear, I was never upset with where I am. Even though I'm definitely a small creator, no pun intended. But even though I am, I was and am still very happy with where I've gotten. I don't worry about numbers really. I'm more about like having fun streaming, but if I'm ever going to look at partner, numbers do come into the equation. And my average viewers are like, when I started, I considered it like an extremely good stream if I hit double digits in my average viewers. And honestly, I still kind of do, but I'm hitting that a lot more consistently now. So I've definitely grown, and I'm very happy to see that I've actually seen growth of myself. It's great. And I'm gonna continue to try to push myself and see where I can go. But now, like, even though like in my head it feels like, well, 2 years to get to even the point where I can start to push for partner, that feels like so long. But there are people of that age who haven't even reached the point of partner pushing yet. So as long as I know my limits and do what I can and don't try to be something I'm not, which is the big thing. A lot of times I try to like follow other people's footsteps in the Pokemon community specifically, even though that's not something I am meant to be doing. I need to do what I know I can do and I can do well. Build my community around that, and I'll be in a much better spot. Crazy that they do it for affiliate, not for partner. It seems like they don't want people to get partner. No. I know you said /day. Yeah, I'm sure they do. It's just they want to partner's just a bigger deal, so they want to make sure that there's actual like they actually want to know the person a bit more before they call them a partner. Twitch. For real, I'm always stressed because of my state of life, but then I remember I am just a baby. Yeah, like that's actually a really good point. Like zooming out even from streaming, like 'cause I'm talking just in a Twitch and streaming context, but even zooming out in real life, like I feel worried sometimes because I'm still in a part-time job. I don't have a full-time job. I don't like rely on it, but I do partially rely on small little editing commissions here and there to get by. Especially now that I'm pretty soon I'm going to be starting taking over my own bills, which, to be clear, I don't want to sound privileged at all. Sorry, wrong word. I don't want to sound spoiled or like I'm ungrateful. I am very privileged that my parents, for the longest time, have taken care of my bills for me. They paid my phone bill. They paid my car insurance bill. Hell, they paid my car off. They've covered that for me for most of my life. Only like pretty soon I'll be taking over all that, but I'm very like lucky that they did that for me, and I am very grateful. But now that I'm going to be starting taking that over, I've been worried that I'm like lagging behind everyone. Like, should I, like, my best friend currently lives in Kansas City, has a full-time job living with his wife, and he's the same age as me. That is a really easy way for me to feel like I am falling way behind in life. But I'm really not. I'm 20. I'll say I'm 22. Oh my God, devil's number. Devil's number. Yeah, I'll say how old I am. I'm honestly not worried about it. I'm 22. I am not quite done with college. I'm getting there though. And I have so much time ahead of me. Also, no one in chat say your age. I know I said it because I'm the streamer, but please don't say your age in chat, just for safety reasons. Please and thank you. Yeah, it's very easy to feel like you're falling behind, no matter how old you are, honestly. Doesn't matter if you're in your teens, early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, or in your 50s. It's very easy to feel like you're not where you should be in your life. Like, you should be further along. You should be making more money. You should be more successful. You should have more friends. You should be living in a better place. You should have a house instead of an apartment. Or in my case, like, you should be moved out of your parents' house. It's so easy to let those thoughts in. Speaking from experience, I promise. But you gotta remember that it's just like, you got time. I got time. I got plenty of time. So, yeah. That was a bit of a random rant. I apologize for that. I thought I'd be engaged by now. Yeah, I'm sorry, Elmo. Like, I know you're okay to like kind of make jokes about it at this point. I still am going to refrain from making jokes at that expense. But I am glad that you have found a way to at least like be a little more okay with it, whether or not it's just what you're showing or it actually is like internal. I'm proud of you so far. Well, it's totally fine. It's just funny how life twists and turns. That's a factual statement. Life is unpredictable in every account. Yes, like people around me are having children or getting married, and I'm still trying to figure out life, but then I always have to remind myself that there is so much more life to go. Here, okay, so obviously, I don't know how old you are, and I don't want to, but here is the frame of reference that I love to use. I think I've said this to my friends before, but it's my favorite like reference point when I'm thinking about like where I am in life. My favorite TV show of all time, well, not of all time, one of my favorite sitcoms is Friends. Think about how much, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show, but so much happens in the, no, I didn't know. No, break out. Let me run. Don't you dare. That was an accident. How'd I even do that on accident? At least it wasn't the Master Ball. If it was the Master Ball, I don't even know what I would have done. But anyway, back to my my example. So much happens in the show Friends. Like, they go through multiple relationships. They get engaged. They buy a house at one point. They have children. Like, a lot happens in that show. And in the pilot, the opening episode, the oldest person in the group is 26. And that's when they start the show. And they live so much life during that show. So how I view it is, I'm still 4 years away from the pilot episode of Friends. So like, I still feel pretty good. I've got 4 years to build up to the pilot episode of Friends, and even when I'm there, I've still got so much time because no one had their life together at that point in the show. Obviously, it was the first episode. None of them should have had their lives together. My parents simply got married when you're from my current age. Wait, same. Yeah. My parents got married when they were 23. Now, they've never pushed it on me, be like, you should be doing that too. Yeah. They pushed it, they never pushed it onto me. They actually I think they've almost said the exact opposite, right? There've been several conversations where they're like, don't do what we did. Yeah. Life is weird. It's weird to think about, right? I don't know how I'm sorry we got in the kind of like existential conversation or very deep conversation about life and how it all is weird. This is what happens when I stream of consciousness for too long. Didn't even realize that, but I have to remind me a lot more about this. Yeah, there you go. Like, 26 is the beginning of Friends. And then they went on for so long and had so many fun adventures. Yeah. And then I'm just sitting here shiny hunting. But I'm going to be looking up like marketing strategies, because I really am looking to grow. I think in the past I was looking to grow, but I was far too passive about it. I kind of was just like, I want to grow, but I'm just going to stream. And then if I grow, I grow. But if I'm seeking growth, that can't be my strategy. So I'm going to start doing go live tweets more. And when I do them, I'm going to actually include pictures, because I used to never include pictures, but I got to start. I actually don't know what other strategies could be. I'm going to do a lot of Googling, I'm going to reach out to friends. And I'm going to just get as much advice as possible about how to grow. Unfortunately, I know one thing that would help that I'm currently unable to do, really, is a fixed schedule. I know that helps. The admittedly little research I've done at this point is that a fixed schedule helps, or at least a somewhat fixed schedule. I'm not really able to do that right now due to the part-time job and everything, so I have to find other ways. Seriously, why is it so embarrassing to promote ourselves and say we want to improve? I agreed. For me, I just more like don't like posting pictures of myself because I don't like the way I look. Ever. But no, I completely agree. I don't get it, but I'm gonna try to get better at it. And then I wish I could list other things that I plan on doing to push myself and promote myself and like allow for growth. But I don't have a lot of strategies at the moment. I need to collect them like Pokemon. I need to collect more strategies. I have faith in myself. I just need, like, yeah. It's helpful that I picked up more about how to just mindlessly yap. I think I spoke to Lena about this not too long ago. By not too long ago, I think maybe it was last night, I think. Like, chat being active helps a lot because, like, I can bounce off you guys. But if I'm gonna want to grow, I can't be reliant on chat. I have to be able to talk and be entertaining without a chat to bounce off of, which is hard because I am an introverted person, usually not a very loud personality, kind of just exists. So being entertaining without other people in chat to help and to feed the fire is an intimidating thought. Always has been for me. But like at the same time, I never want that to sound like, man, you guys have to chat for me. I need to, like, you guys need to help me by chatting. No. As I said earlier in the stream, I myself am a chronic lurker. Like, bad. But bad, not in the sense that it's bad to lurk. I just lurk a lot. I feel like 9 times out of 10 when I pop into a friend's stream, like Elena or I have Brewster, either one of them, I chat for a bit and then I have to end up saying, I gotta lurk, I got stuff to do, or I just don't, I have somewhere to be, but I'm gonna leave your tab open, or I'm just really tired and don't have the energy to chat right now. And there's something wrong with that. I love my lurkers. I know they're there. Because I see the number we rate out with, and I see how many people were chatting in chat, and it's more. I appreciate my lurkers so much. If you guys are listening, keep not saying anything. I appreciate you guys just being here and having the tab open. It's incredible. It's just like me just saying that an active chat helps me yap more and talk more. Like that is true, but I never want that to feel like I don't value my lurkers and or that I expect everyone to be chatting. Because I absolutely don't. As I am not an active chatter in most situations. Was that 2 Orangarus in a row? I think that's a 1% encounter rate. Frickin' monkey. I got 3 shinies of that thing in Pogo the last field research day. A week from this past a week ago from this past Sunday. All right, Hop is pissing me off. Time to game the system. Game the system. Oh, how do you mean? Wait, Hop is pissing you off. Time to game the system. Oh, wait, the final battle? Yeah, I told you that one's hard. The final battle with Hop. He's got his normal annoying Snorlax, and then he's got freaking one of the strongest legendaries of all time. So what do you mean game the system? Are we just gonna like over level? That's what I always did. I always used to just like go to the Dynamax dens. Gonna let him keep attacking my Pokemon that has Iron Barbs and keep healing until the damage kills him. That it really is gaming the system. Big brain Elena strats. I love to see it. Iron Barbs. You have a Ferrothorn? That's so cool. That's such a cool Pokemon to have in your team. Unless it's not Ferrothorn. I do. Her name is Oscar. That is iconic of you. I love Ferrothorn. He's, you know, he's one of the ones that that's on my. I have a list of like 20 Pokemon that I've narrowed down my top 10 to. It started with like 100. So over the past 4 days, I've eliminated a lot. Ferrothorn is still on there. It's not locked in yet. There's a few that I have that are locked in, like they are in the top 10. Ferrothorn is not in that part, but he's in consideration. I do want a shiny hunted in. I have 2 options. So I found something out recently. So that same route that I was hunting Pumpkaboo on has a completely separate list of encounters if you do the random grass encounters. I win. F you, Hop. Good job, Lena. That was all skill, completely skill. Very proud of you. But yeah, what was I saying? I love cheating. Oh, I know what I was saying. So, something else I learned super recently, it was while I was doing my Soul Link, is that on almost every route, if you go into camp and like into your Pokemon camp and make curry, you completely change the encounter tables. Like, I didn't know this. On Route 4, where I was hunting Pumpkaboo, if you haven't made curry, Pharaoh Seed is a 1% encounter. It is super rare. However, if you have made curry, it flips and Pharaoh Seed becomes the most likely Pokemon to find. So like I could hunt Pharaoh Seed there and just keep making curry and lead with Harvest, and then Pharaoh Seed pops up a ton. I didn't know this was a thing. Oh, Elena roll for a shiny, got 1726. I will also roll for a shiny. Hey, we were kind of close. Neither of us got it though. What if I added like another number where like if you get 8,192 or the number we're currently on? What if that happened? What if that'd be kind of crazy. Ooh, I got a bop playing right now. Sophie brought it up earlier, and now I can think of as Morcom is just a weird-looking guy. Like, Impidimp is a kind of cute, and Grimmsnarl is pretty cool. But Morcom just looks like he lives in his mom's basement. It's been 3.5 hours. Maybe we try to get to 750. Encounters are going pretty fast. If we get to 750, that means we did 600 encounters today. which, like, that's a lot. I am very happy with that. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get to 750, and we'll find someone to raid. Partially because I know my sister is here and they're waiting on me for dinner, but I want to make sure I end at a nice number, and 750 is a nice number. You finally beat it all? Let's go, Elmo. Yeah, the hot battle is the final thing. You are now done with any kind of story in Sword and Shield. Is it now time for the... So are you... You said you're completing the decks before you start your hunt, right? You're not crazy like me and doing a full odds hunt? I don't recommend doing a full odds hunt if your goal is literally just to find the shiny. But I also know you were talking about, like, how much work it is to complete the decks, which I'm still going to help you with if you need it. I've yet to look at home, though. I keep saying I will, and then I always forget to open home and, like, you know, look around and see what I've got for you. I'm trying to remember what, like, the hardest Pokemon to get are. I'll still work on the hunt sometimes, but I'll do dex work in between. That's fair, yeah. Ooh, I guess I'll have to go at some point. I'll have to complete my post game as well, because I'll have to get you a Zamazenta, and I still haven't caught the Zamazenta on my save. So I'll have to go do my post game at some point. Because I don't think, yeah, I don't have my Zamazenta in my original anymore. I'm also asking Pinecone if anyone has one. True, because, like, it's not like you're asking to keep it. You're just asking to, like, have it for a second for the dex entry and then immediately give it away. I also, like, I do still just also need to do the post game at some point. Like, there's not really any reason for me to, if I'm not, because this save file is staying full odds forever. I just love full odds hunting. But, like, it'd still be nice to finish it and get it out of the way. But what if I beat Hop and the whole post game with all shiny Pokemon? That'd be pretty cool. That'd be quite a flex. So maybe I do that. Maybe I beat him with my supersized Gorgeist. Hatcham with Anticipation is easily the longest encounter for, like, no reason. It's why I purposely, like, I never want to lead with anything that has pressure, because it just makes each encounter take a little bit longer. Yo, imagine if I find a shiny Sinistea. Like, and then oh my god, if I find a shiny Sinistea, I'm sending it to Elena so fast. I think Sinistea and Oranguru are the two rarest encounters for me, the way I'm doing it. I have the tab up. Oh, no, sorry, Sinistea is 10%, so it's actually not as rare as Oranguru, which... Wait. Nope, I'm wrong. I'm wrong anyway. Oranguru, for some reason, is specifically 9% of the encounters here. And the rarest is Indeedee. So Indeedee is actually the rarest Pokemon for me to be finding here. Hatcham and Galarian Ponyta have the same encounter rates, and so does Sinistea. They're all 10%. And Spritzee. A lot of 10% encounters, I've noticed. And honestly, Morgrim has a 20%. I don't know how we haven't seen more Morgrim. I feel like we've seen way more like Galarian Ponyta and stuff like that than Morgrim. Then again, maybe I'm just crazy because I'm not actually counting the other Pokemon. Although, you know what I could do? Technically, there's the multi-hunt feature on the auto counter. What if I just picked like Shiinotic, Morgrim, Spritzy, Phantump, Sinistea, and Galarian Ponyta, and had 6 hunts going for 6 different Pokemon, and it keeps track of each individual Pokemon, how many times you see it. I am not doing that. But like, what if? Mostly I'm not doing that because I'm already 732 encounters deep without doing that. So I would be discounting every encounter I've had of those Pokemon up to this point, which I don't want to do. I knew nothing was going to shine today, but like, you know, one can hope. I really hate everything that happened with the Pumpkaboo hunt, because even though I am fully aware of just how unlikely that was, it really filled me with that. It really filled me with that idea that like, maybe I am just that lucky. Maybe I really am just gonna get all these shinies so quickly. When in all reality, the luck I had on that Pumpkaboo hunt was crazy. Now encounter 750 is gonna be a shiny. It ain't over till it's over, Chief. That would be crazy. You know what? I need to start making predictions at the start of stream. Like, do we find a shiny? Like that's like one of the most basic engagement things, and I just haven't been doing it. I need to start doing that. If encounter 750 or any encounter between now and 750 is a shiny, I'll do a backflip. It's that same wager I've made that one time, Elena. I will make a real solid attempt at a backflip. Got 12 more encounters. Will I be breaking my neck today? Probably not. But if it's a Galarian, if I'm breaking my neck for a shiny Galarian Ponyta, can you say worth it? I'm pretty sure when I did the Masuda hunt, like years ago, I got to like 1,000 eggs, almost double odds, and just never got the shiny. I mean, I really need to reclaim that at some point. All right, that was 740. 10 more. Final countdown, baby. I also just want to make something clear real quick before I finish up. 750. The odds of the probability of me finding a shiny in 750 encounters with the full 1 in 4,096 odds is about 17%. So that's actually better than I was expecting. Hey, Lori, what's going on? Thank you so much for coming by. How are you doing? It's Wednesday. Are you with your partner now? I know you said you were traveling from Wednesday was when you were starting. Are you leaving tonight or are you already with them? Yeah, I just got here. Let's go. That's so exciting. I hope you. Thank you so much for the shouty for Lloyd. If anyone in chat is not following Lloyd Forger's wife, definitely go drop her a follow. We just recently connected and I've started becoming friends, but she is lovely. A fellow shiny hunter. So obviously I gotta shout her out. Yeah, Lloyd, did you drive there, fly there? Regardless, was the trip okay? Like everything went well? Yeah, of course. Of course, Lordy. Took a train. It was lovely. That's so great. I'm so glad it went well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your time with your partner. I personally have never been in a long distance relationship, but that's intentional because I know I know how hard it is. So I hope you guys like have a absolutely fantastic time together. You did come in right as we're about to start wrapping up. We said we were going to get to 750 encounters, and we're probably going to call it there. Because it's almost been a 4-hour stream now, which for me is pretty long, and that means we have done 600 encounters this stream, which is a lot. Well, I'm glad I got to pop in regardless, and I'm glad you popped in regardless. I don't care if you were here for 4 hours or 30 seconds. The fact that you took time out of your day to pop in and say hello, it really means a lot. And I guess I'll say one more time to anyone who hasn't heard, I will be purchasing a very exciting capture card of 3DS later tonight, since I got paid today. So the earliest it could possibly get in, assuming what they said on the website was correct, is Sunday. That's the earliest it could get here. Latest is Tuesday. All right. Encounter 750. Last encounter of the stream. Is it shiny? Nope. But honestly, that's to be expected. All right, 600 encounters this stream. Not bad. We're like, what is that? 1,000 is like 25% of the way there. We're what, like 18% of the way to odds? If we can somehow get 600, let's round down to 500 encounters a stream. How long is that going to take us to get to odds then? So if we start 750 and add 500 per stream, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's going to take us 7 more streams to hit odds at 500 encounters per stream. This could be a long one, folks. This could be a long one. But hey, that's all I'm hearing is stream content. So yeah, that is going to be where we call it for today. But I had a really great time today. It was a really fun stream, honestly. Every time I go live, I'm like, when I go live, I'm like, am I gonna have fun today? It's just shiny hunting. It's just running around. I'm just talking with chat, just talking about random stuff. And I'm always astounded by just how much fun I have in a positive way. And y'all, once again, I am so lucky because I have the perfect person for us to raid, who is a friend of mine who we've never raided before. We are not going to have a lot of these situations for very long because I'm going to raid them whenever I get the first chance. But because I want to raid new people, and I also want to raid friends, but I prioritize new people. So when a friend is also a new person, perfect situation. We are going to be raiding the lovely, the incredible, the insane Eternal Infernos. He is currently doing Starly Week because he is over 11,000 encounters deep for his shiny Starly. After, if you don't know, he actually already phased on the Starly, like immediately. He missed the shiny Starly. He got it and then he didn't save. So now he's trying to reclaim it and he's almost double odds, which is just mind-boggling. He is a shiny hunter almost as insane as me. Most of our DMs at this point have been us telling each other what our planned hunts are and us mutually going, do you need to talk to someone? Because you are exhibiting worrisome behavior. See if I can't live forget our end commands. I don't actually have an end command aside from raid. So you did it. Good job. Maybe I should add like an exclamation point end that has like a big message on it though. Yeah, I'll do that actually. That top raid message is for subbies. Bottom one is for followers. Never mind. I'm a diligent mod. Exactly. The most diligent mod. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start. That's going to be a shout out, Skylar. That word needs to say raid because we are raiding. There is a bug that wants to stand on my arm. Why is this not working? Hello? There we go. What? What do you mean? That is not an invalid username. Eternal Infernos. What do you mean? There we go. What the heck? I don't know what was going on with that. Anyway, let me go ahead and get my own raid message. But seriously, thank you all so much for being here. I had a fantastic time. Next stream will be Friday. So no stream tomorrow, then stream Friday. Hopefully by then, the schedule for next week will be in the Discord, which if you aren't in, I highly recommend joining if you want to be kept up to date on when I'm going live. I'm also trying to chat in there more after 4 months of not streaming. It kind of slipped my mind, but I'm going to try and be chatting in there more. Tomorrow or Friday, there will be an up-to-date schedule for the next week. Hopefully, I'm going to try to stick on the same days, but it's going to be a bit sporadic, so you got to bear with me a little bit. Go show all the love to Eternal. He is an incredible person. Hang out there. His vibes are immaculate. But until then, take care of yourselves. I will see you all Friday, and I hope you have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.